The following is a presentation of W.O.N Sports, America's home of champions.
Welcome to the 2023 Hall of Fame exhibition from Bowl-O-Rama, Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Paul Grant, along with Greg Gouillart and Mike Morin on Candlepin Bowling Network. A great raucous crowd on hand. Welcome, Mike Morin, radio personality of sixth century, right? 6 decades.
Yes, it's
Seems like
32.
6 centuries, right?
It really does. Before Gutenberg invented the printed page, there was Candlepin bowling. But anyway, it's good to be here. Some of these faces are just priceless to see. I hope everybody enjoys today's broadcast.
Before we start, tell us about your 3 books real quick, how they can get your latest book.
Well, the latest book is about the Red Arrow Diner in New Hampshire. It's 100 years old, and all presidential visits, and a lot of people love the place. Adam Sandler is a big fan, and it's available. Just get in touch with me on Facebook. Thank you for asking.
Okay, thank you very much. And you ready to roll?
Let's do it.
Okay, let's welcome the Candlepin Bowlers Hall of Fame members. Let's hear for them. Ladies, I'm old-fashioned. Ladies before gentlemen. Carol Downey, class of 2002. 2002. Carol Downey, come on down. Wait for the camera. Stay right there. Please welcome Hall of Famer, 2008 inductee, Janet Hawk. 2018, right? All right, 2011 inductee, Nance. I'm a Hall of Famer, Vestal. From the class of 2005, please welcome Hall of Famer, Jack Ray. Come on down. This one you may not know about. Class of 2014, someone by the name of Tom Ulster. If I got this right, class of 2014, is it? Hawk Hallis. The mad scientist, Peter Flynn, 2008 Hall of Famer. Another great name, another great left-hander, 2014 Hall of Famer, still bowling at a high level. Please welcome Mr. Coca-Cola, Greg Holbrook. From the class of 2018, please welcome Bob Morin. Mike Morin, Bob Morin. From the class of 2018, please welcome Don Richmond. From the class of 2005, please welcome Steve Adney. October 21st, 2023, the Hall of Fame class of 2023 at the Castleton in Wyndham, New Hampshire. Tickets will be on sale soon. Please welcome Bob Whitcomb. The man behind the charity, which has helped over $36,000 so far in climbing, Al Johnson. Al speaking will be after 5 minutes of the induction ceremony. Please welcome incoming class, Bob Kelly. And this one means a lot to this guy. It's been a long journey, well deserved. Please welcome Mr. Steve Reno Sr. And don't forget his father, the late Harry Reno, also joining as well. All right, Harry. Harry and Steve won't be together. Please give a big round of applause for Hall of Famers. All right, how we're going to do the format, we'll introduce the Pro Bowls just a moment. You're going to have a Hall of Famer in each lane, roughly 9 and 10, a couple of Hall of Famers, a Pro Bowler if we can, and if people that want to bowl with them, please make a small donation in the body of Candlepins for Cancer and bowl with the pros. Okay, let's bring in the Pro Bowlers. If we can get the camera over there.
Oh, yeah. Nobody's safe.
The man responsible for the Wild 2.0 shirts, John Winchell. Let's hear it for John Winchell.
Let me broadcast.
Some of these guys you're going to see in the Hall of Fame down the road. The microphone's on. From Maine, please welcome 124 league bowler Scott. I'm not related to Jeff Lapierre. A future Hall of Famer for sure. Please welcome Mike Poulin. The ladies' high single world record, 207. Please welcome Brenda LaMagdalene. Out of Agawam Bowl, Agawam, Mass, who has over $500 donation from a fundraiser for us today. Susie Beaupre. Tom Holston's grandson, Aaron Fontaine. Two-time world champion, 2 200s games so far, Nick, the train collector, Norcross. A couple of young bowlers trying to get better, Angie Scott. Kevin Burns.
Move around a little bit because nobody can hear you.
It's the battery. It's the battery. Yeah. Please welcome Jonathan Boudreau. And the destroyer, Josh Daly. You bring up there, tell them to charge it up. Okay. Welcome, Greg Gouillart. Welcome back, Mike Morin. What a great list of people we have there, huh?
Wow, I didn't realize that many were really in the house.
Yep. Yep. All right, so we can get the format going here. So while you talk to Greg, while I get that started, okay?
All right.
Why don't we take a seat, I suppose?
All right, I'll just kind of paint a picture of what's going on, although you can probably see anyway what's happening. Some of the biggest names in the game are here, from Tommy Ulster, Nancy Vestal, Jackie Ray. That was a nice surprise that he would be joining us today. Just heard that a day or two ago. I see Bobby Whitcomb, who'll be going into the class of 2023 at the Castleton in Wyndham. I highly encourage you to attend if you can. It's a full night of just seeing your favorite pro bowlers get the highest honor they can, and that is making it into the Candlepin Bowling Hall of Fame. So Bob Whitcomb, who we had a chance to cover on Channel 50 Stars and Strikes for many years on a lot of great matches, he'll be going in. Let's take a look around and see who else. I see Josh Daly. Josh Daly not in the Hall of Fame yet. A little young. You have to be, if you don't know, 50 years of age to make it into the Hall of Fame. And then, of course, you have to be nominated by somebody. There's a lot of people who are very deserving to be in the Hall of Fame. They are not. And people always say, well, why aren't they in it? Well, because nobody nominated them. So if you know somebody that you feel has the credentials and the passion for the game, that would be something that you would want to consider doing. And you can go to the ICBA website, and they show you how to nominate somebody. Some of the forms are right there. Too late for this year. 2023 is already decided. And honestly, I don't know when the next one will be, but we'll find out, I'm sure, before too long. Again, it's going to be Saturday, October 18th at the Castleton Banquet Center right off of 93 and Exit 3 in Wyndham, New Hampshire. Tickets will be going on sale quite soon, I would imagine. And this is Greg. Greg is our amazing producer and all the wires. I don't know how you do it, but how long have you been a huge fan of this game of Candlepin?
So right now,
My love of the game started, I think, a few years ago. I remember finding Wolfman12395's channel originally,
He's
Mike Sweeney, and he's here
Right,
today.
he's on YouTube.
That's right. And just going down the rabbit hole of content. And then I did see the video with you and the late, great Dan Murphy on Guide to Introductory Candlepin Bowling. And I think from there it was just a natural progression into being a fan of the game. And yeah, so it was one thing to another. It was a league, and then suddenly it was like, I want to broadcast this game to a bigger thing. And here we are, got the equipment and made it happen.
Well, you really are. You stay calm under, the most difficult of circumstances sometimes. But we've got it on the air today, and it's going to be a program more about the bowlers and their stories. We're not counting scores. The fans are here to bowl with their favorite professional bowlers. Bart Medeiros and the Medeiros family, they are actually giving all the bowling away today for free. So if you're watching this and you're anywhere near Portsmouth, please come visit us right on Lafayette Avenue, one of the great bowling centers that was taken over by the Medeiros family after the Genomatises sold it to them probably 5 years ago. The Genomatises family had it for pretty close to, well, they bought it in 1956 or opened it then. So I guess they had it for probably 60 years or pretty close to that. What a wonderful family they really were. And still are, of course. And so let's hand the microphone over. Thank you, Greg, for sitting down and chatting just a little bit.
Welcome back.
Yes. So I've been giving a little bit. Oh, what did you bring?
Sky bars here from the old TV, old cameras, Sky bars.
There it
awesome.
is. You are a real fan of the Sky bar,
awesome.
aren't you?
You're really good. 4 different flavors. They're awesome.
Well, nice job on the introductions.
Thank you. The microphone ran out of battery juice up the wireless mic.
Yeah, I hate when that happens, but I hope everybody heard it on home. You had one of our microphones.
Yep.
Ready to go.
Yep.
So the bowlers, tell me what do you think?
So we're going to have a couple Hall of Famers on the lanes, and we're going to have a pro bowler and a couple of guest bowlers to get to bowl with the pros. So we're going to have Craig Holbrook and Tom Holston side by side, and then we're going to have Bob Wickham, Aaron Fontaine up there. We're going to have Scott Lapierre, his son Benjamin, Angie Scott, and some other ones, Jack Ray and his son also. So we're going to take turns rotating. We'll have 4 people bowling, 2 boxes at a time. Again, it's more of an exhibition, so not too serious. Like to welcome those in the W.O.N Sports Network watching later on. Jonathan Rios, thanks for helping out, putting our name out there in Candlepin Bowling in New York and across the country.
So I think that we'll be pulling over as many bowlers as we can,
yes,
because the idea is for people to meet the stars that they've watched on TV but maybe never knew much about.
Yep.
And they all have their stories, and you and I both have interesting approaches to how we want to interview these people. So I'm going to do it naked, so I hope you don't mind. Yeah.
All right, let's look here for a second here.
Okay. Don't worry, that's not going to happen.
Great to see you again. Craig, you could be on. You could
all
be
right,
on
so,
the Hall of Fame.
We have Mr. Paul Grant, who's out explaining how he liked the professional bowlers, and we'll give you a look at that right now as I step aside.
Fun. Why not?
I still want you to help donate to the women's doubles event.
And we get some shots of Paul talking to Craig Holbrook.
No pressure, no pressure. All right, I want to see you go with Tom Ulster, okay? You got to throw a triple strike against him, okay?
Oh, my God, yeah. Well, I better warm up a little bit first before I attempt that.
All right, let's get some balls in the lane here.
So I also see Bobby Whitcomb.
All right, Scott Lapierre, come on up. Pro bowler Scott Lapierre and Bob Whitcomb, a Hall of Famer. Let's go, side by side. Scott bowls out of Bowl-O-Rama in Sanford, Maine. And Scott, high single 207, right?
Yes.
It's on YouTube, right?
Yeah, YouTube. Yeah,
Where do you find it?
Scott Lapierre, 207, right on YouTube.
And Bob Whitcomb, strong candidate for the Hall of Fame, first ballot, like I thought it would be all along. 32 consecutive years at 120 average. How many people can say that?
I'm sure there's a few out there, but I've been bowling a long time and lucky enough to get my health, so I still enjoy the game. And I enjoy the people in the game. That's why.
How's the foot feeling?
Foot feels great. Feels great.
Really well-known name in Candlepin. He was the voice of Candlepin on Channel 50 for years and years. Dick Lutz. So good to see you, Dick, here. Dick, thank you very much for being here.
All right, Mike, come on down. Interview Dick Lutz. All right, let's come on down.
Come on down, Dick Lutz.
All
right.
Wasn't ready for this.
All right. Mike Poulin. It's great to see all these faces today, and I'm glad that
First of
that
all,
you
sorry,
came.
we want to see you two bowl side by side.
No, I don't think so.
Not
That's not
today.
going to happen. No.
Not today.
No. That ship has sailed back at Pilgrim Lanes,
I'll
right?
take you on one more time, but I need a little time to recover.
Do you realize that I'm up to about a 118 average now?
You are, huh? I believe that. Huh? Yeah. I don't. Somehow I question that.
But look around at some of the faces.
It's great.
Steve Reno, Jackie Ray, Tommy Olson's here, Steve Vaddy, Caroline Downey, and who else do we have? Aaron Fontaine, who is the grandson of the great Tommy Olsta.
I was just talking to Bart Medeiros, the proprietor, about the success of this place since he's taken it over, and it's remarkable. It's a great facility. I know the people who bowl here on a regular basis, and they come here often. And Bart's done a great job, and it's beautiful to see it continue on in the history of Candlepin bowling. We need more places like this.
And it's really tough financially. You get a nice day in August like this, and there's nobody on the lanes. So he is very kindly donating all the bowling today. Nobody's paying anything, hoping that some of the money will go into the Candlepins for Cancer fundraising that they've been a part of, and they've asked me to be a part of it as well, too. So I'm so glad you came today, though.
It's great, and I'm happy to be here, happy to renew acquaintances with all of these people who joined us for those 8 years we spent together on Candlepin Stars and Strikes.
Did you see Hawk Hallis back there? And one of the most memorable matches we ever did against Joe Ashline. Do you remember that day?
I don't, but you'll refresh my memory.
I'll refresh your memory. It was a third game, and Joe Ashline had about a 63-pin lead. It was in the third box, and Hawk Hallis just went nuts and won the match by 1 pin.
I do remember. It was one of the great ones, yeah.
And
we had so many. We had so many good
we
ones.
did.
Yeah.
And I'm sure the day that Tommy Morgan bowled his last strings in the Tournament of Champions.
Forever.
It was a tough one to get through that one.
Yeah, it was very emotional. An emotional time for all of us.
I mean, he's been gone 17, 18 years,
Is that
perhaps.
long now?
Yeah. So the memories, the highs, the lows, and we had a lot of fun doing it together. It was always a joy to have you at my side.
Look forward to that time at Leda Lanes every week when we could be there and see all of our friends and the people who came to those tapings every week. There's so many of them. We're familiar faces and friends, and it's great to see so many people again.
I don't really watch too many of the videos. All the shows we did are on YouTube. But when I look in there, I say, oh, my God, there's like 300 people here. And they would always be there at 7 in the morning looking to get their favorite seat.
Is our challenge match on YouTube the one that I hammered you?
I think that one may have accidentally gotten deleted from the YouTube
What
file.
a shock. What a shock.
All right. Well, good to see you. I think the bowling is about to start.
Great. Let them go.
So the chirping has begun on the part of Tommy Olsta. You do have to
How about some play-by-play here, these guys? All right, exhibition, okay?
Go for it, Dick.
Greg Holbrook, one of the great lefties. I love to watch the great lefty. Yeah. Let me step out of the way.
Now, of course, Craig Holbrook is still very active in Candlepin bowling. Tommy is not, but give him a couple of warm-up boxes.
I happened to speak with Craig the last time there was a function. Was it last year or the year before? I'm trying to remember where it was. I missed you. You had left by the time I got there, but it was an event going on, and I spent some time with Craig. Craig is a great guy, great personality, and a great ambassador for the game.
That's very well put. That's exactly it. And he really bowls at a very high level. I think he is 60 now. And I love his shirt. Things go better with Craig Holbrook. He works for Coke, of course.
Naturally. Oh, we're all getting a little bit older, Michael. You know that? It happens to all of us.
Yeah, that kind of stinks, doesn't it? But that's life. Got to make room for the kids, for the younger people coming up. There's a shot. All right. I don't think they're keeping scores on this, but.
Oh, wow. Back-to-back shots.
Well, one of the greatest matches on Channel 5, long before you and I got together, was the two guys where Tommy Olsta struck out. He was coming from behind and ended up beating Craig Holbrook by just a couple pins to get into the Tournament of Champions.
All right, a wager here, $5 for Candlepins for Cancer. Whoever loses this box can get $5 for Candlepins for Cancer. 10 of it's Craig Holbrook.
I didn't know we had a money game going here, but
There it
apparently
is.
Paul Grant. All right. Well, he can definitely. How would you play this one, Dick?
Hit the deadwood. Ricocheted off the wood.
Tommy hasn't missed a beat, has he?
I'll bet he makes this. This is makeable, very
You know,
makeable.
we're just watching these two guys right now, but all the pros will be out in a few minutes. Ah, you still got it.
Set up pretty easily, yeah. Even you could have made that one, Mike.
Hey, Aaron, what do you call him, Juju?
Juju.
Yeah. So have you taken him to school yet, or is he still showing you?
Oh, God, he's still taking me to school. You kidding me?
That's one of the grandsons of Tommy Osta, Aaron Fontaine. I don't know, is Nathan here today?
No, not today. I mean, heck, crap, I average 120. He's still taking me to school.
And that's bowling a couple times a week, right? 120?
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that, of course.
Nothing wrong with that at all. I should have told Josh we should have put some money how much he's going to hit a 200 today. Could have put $100 on. Let's see Olsa hit a 200 today.
There's a nice shot. Oh.
All right, $20. You make this clean.
A nice shot,
Nice shot by
Craig
Craig.
Holbrook. Oh, look at this. He thought he was Andy Verapapa. Do you remember him,
I
Dick?
remember Andy Verapapa. Very well.
So it's all happening today at Bowl-O-Rama
Andy
in
Verapapa
Portsmouth.
was very often on the Saturday morning.
Holbrook, Angie Scott.
Angie Scott now, who is one of the fans. She has a 78 average right now, fairly new to the game. And she'll get to bowl with Craig Holbrook. But I think we'll get all the lanes going here eventually because there are a lot of people that do want to bowl. Oh, the 1, the 8, and the 9. She actually has a chance to win this box.
You mentioned Andy Verapapa, and I remember as a kid growing up watching the 10-pin shows on TV.
Oh,
and,
sure.
Whispering Joe Wilson. Do you remember Whispering Joe
I
Wilson?
actually do not, no.
He was the announcer.
I remember the name, but I don't know that I ever heard
As the
him.
bowler would get ready to bowl, he'd start whispering at a
Yeah.
very low level.
What, he thought he was doing a golf match.
Craig bowled 10 strings today.
All right. Are we going to get all the other bowlers out there? Everybody can bowl at once? All right.
Bob Whitcomb on the on-deck circle. 2023
Hi, Bob.
class.
Good to see you. How are you? How you doing? Good. Bob was one of our regulars.
He was. And he's going into the Hall of Fame. No surprise there. The only surprise was I didn't think he was old enough. It's true, Bobby. I didn't think you were, like I told you earlier, I didn't think you were old enough to be in. So I was shocked when I saw your name on there. I said, wow, I know he's good enough, but 57 years old. But when he was on with you and I doing the
He was
show,
just a kid.
he was in his 30s, maybe
Yeah.
40, just like us.
Yep.
All right.
Hey, Craig. Hey, Craig.
Dick, well, thank you for
Good
coming
job,
by.
the way.
It was so good.
Don't
so
forget your
good to have you
$5 for
on.
Candlepins
We'll
for
talk
Cancer.
with you
All right,
soon.
I'll be
Okay,
up
be
in
good.
the bucket, okay? Don't forget your new wow shoe.
All right.
All right. All right, Bob Whitcomb, incoming class.
What
Another
am I
class
doing here?
act. Both Craig Holbrook in the Friday Night Pro League.
Absolutely. Craig and I have been bowling since the early 90s, over 30 years.
You're going to bowl Aaron Fontaine
I know. And this,
for a
that's
couple of
Tommy.
boxes.
Yeah. I've known Aaron for a long up-and-coming bowler. It's great to see him. Tommy's
So what does
grandson,
DraftKings
so it's
have
great
on
to
this
see him.
prediction?
No pressure.
Him favored by about $100, maybe more.
All right, Aaron, $5 for the loser, okay? Candlepins for Cancer donation, all right?
That's all right.
$10 for Bob Whitcomb if you lose.
What?
All right, great to be with you again.
You as well, and I would love to, because before time gets away, I want to get as many bowlers down here that we can talk to and
Absolutely,
interview.
absolutely.
And I think Tommy Ulster would be a good start because we just got to see him bowl. He's talking to all his fans.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go see if he'll come chat with us on the chair here, on the settee.
Aaron Fontaine,
Let's
grandson
see
of
if
Hall
I
of
can
Famer
get
Tom
Tommy
Ulster.
Ulster to come visit us. So I'm going to go away for a minute, and I think Paul
Incoming class
will
2023,
do the
Bob
talking.
Whitcomb on lane 9. Exhibition Candlepins for Cancer. A 501c3 charity. You can donate via Venmo. Go to Candlepins number 4 cancer.com. It's Candlepins number 4 cancer.com. Any amount is greatly appreciated. Only for Candlepin bowlers and relatives going through cancer treatments. And a very good bowler. Bob Wickham, left. Look at that shot.
Tom Holston, Richie Hallis, Janet Clark, Al Johnson. Who else am I going to pick? I want to chop on one lane. Steve Reno Sr. There's 6. I want to see the 6 lanes filled. So Peter Flynn is on lane number 9. Tom Holston, lane number 10. The Hawk is on 11. Janet's on 12. Al's on 13. Steve Reno's on 14. The first 2 bowlers that throw a strike, I'm going to put a $100 bill in Candlepins for cancer.
All right, the gauntlet has been tossed by Bart Medeiros, co-owner of Bowling Center.
$100 challenge for Candlepins for Cancer.
Well, that's nice. I didn't expect that was going to happen.
This is an impromptu thing, so.
All right, I'll sit down. Poor Greg, he has to keep adjusting the camera.
Did you get Sky Bar yet?
I have not.
All right.
I haven't had a low blood sugar yet. When that happens, I'll dive right into it. Thank you for bringing it.
I never have energy, so I might need.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I never have energy.
Are you on a coffee drip sometimes?
I hate coffee. I never like to take. I don't like alcohol either. Good chocolate milk once in a while.
Okay.
Mostly water.
All right.
Aaron Fontaine. Hey, how did it feel to bowl with Bob Wickham? Did you bowl with them side by side before?
John?
Probably not, but I haven't thrown a ball in 2 months. That's why I'm a little shaky right now.
Okay, now this next box, hold on, guys. This next box, $5 for Candlepins for Cancer, okay? Loser pays $5 for Candlepins for Cancer in this next box, all right? Aaron Fontaine, again, grandson of Tom Holston, Bob Wickham, a $5 challenge. Oh, we got a special guest here.
We do.
Mike Morin.
Don Richmond.
How'd you show up here?
Just drop by.
Get invisible powers, huh?
Yeah, well, I heard about this, and I said, you know, I haven't seen a lot of these people in a long time, all the Hall of Famers and future Hall of Famers as well, so.
I only got one bone to pick with you, though.
Uh-oh.
You're not wearing a WOW shirt.
Oh, wow. No, we did buy one.
So Tommy is giving his grandson Aaron a little lesson here.
Oh, is he?
Where do you live?
Give me a lesson too.
Well, you're not alone, big fella.
Oh, I know.
But boy, weren't those the good old days, the golden days on Channel 5?
They were very good days for me. Yep. Had a good run for about 15 years and everything. You know, it was very. The competitiveness was at peaking then, you know, and since the show had gone away, but the leader Lanes picked up a show that lasted a few years, and then it seemed like everything disappeared, you know.
Now look at this shot.
All right,
Who's got the better
stop for a
chance
second.
here, Don? Who's got the better chance to make this? Aaron or Bob Wickham? Third shot.
Who has the better chance?
Who's got the better chance of making this one? Have you made either of these shots in your career before without wood?
Without wood, no. The 5-7-10, maybe once. Maybe once. And the other shot, maybe once too. It's a very tough cut.
And you didn't use bumper guards, did you?
No. But it'll help these guys now.
Back to Mike Morin.
So did you have a memory or two from Channel 5 of a really good day or a really bad day that comes to mind?
Well, there were both. You know, I've had quite a few boths there. I said bowl well and not beat anybody. That was against Tommy, Dickie O'Connell, and Det Klein, Hall of Famers at this point, you know. So I've had some bad ones and got away with them, but I've had bad ones and not get away with them too, you know. So it kind of comes out in the wash, you know.
Bob Wickham lost the challenge, so he has to pay $5 for Candlepins for Cancer.
Has anybody gotten a strike yet?
Hold on a second. Peter Flynn, hold on. Hold on, Peter Flynn. Peter Flynn. All right. Okay, you're going to bowl 2 boxes with him, okay? 5 boxes with him, okay? 5 boxes. If you lose, $10 for Candlepins for Cancer, all right? The loser, $10. $20 for you. That's all right. I don't want to take you out of your Swiss bank account. All right, they're going to do 5 boxes, $20 for the person that loses.
Wow.
So
So,
look like I bowl now.
do you bowl at all?
I do one night a week. Yeah, he came back and
I think we just got a strike there from Peter Flynn.
it's actually a spare because the
was
was
it?
a gutter ball.
Stop it, really?
You missed it.
I did
Hold
miss
on,
it,
Peter,
yeah.
Peter, hold on.
Oh, my goodness.
Hold on.
How about that? So where you bowl? What center?
Timber Lanes, Webster Timber Lanes in
hold
Abington.
on. I think we're going to do a
Down there for
booth
the
review
first
on
time
that
a few
strike.
months ago
booth
doing a
review
story
on
for a magazine.
We
And
we-
what a nice place.
We think you're over the
and
line.
the owner is John.
John Pumper, yes. Yeah. Very good.
Well, I was joking with the booth challenge on that strike.
Oh, boy. Aaron Fontaine has a pretty good little snap on the ball, doesn't he?
Who's that?
That's who we're watching right here, Tommy's
Yeah.
grandson.
Well, see, it's pretty young now. Or younger.
They're all young. In fact,
I guess Peter can only handle 2 boxes, I guess, so.
Oh.
Aaron's out $10.
Well, I see that Craig Holbrook has the menu, so he's ready for lunch. I guess.
Yes, I think he is too.
Well, I'll let you get back to your friends. I just wanted to say hi.
All right,
Thank
okay.
you for all the fun that you gave us.
All right, it was fun there too. Believe me,
It really was.
Remember Dick there, and you know, and it was.
You were a pretty intense bowler, as I recall.
Yeah, I was, and then yeah.
But you know what? It was a big deal, and it was tougher sometimes to qualify than what. Right?
Exactly, because there were more bowlers there. They were trying to reach that same level, you know, and to get to. And then the easier part was getting on, but it wasn't at first. The first show was very nervous.
Great to see you, Don. Thank you. Back to you, Paul.
$100 donation. Peter Flynn got the strike challenge. $100 for Candlepins for Cancer. Let's see if it's good. Okay, now we're going to have a challenge. Steve Reno Sr. in the Hall of Fame with your father, Harry Reno. Congratulations on winning that.
Thanks
And
again.
now you get to argue with the best bowler in all the game, Tom Holston.
And one of my dearest friends.
Okay, now the loser of this 5-box match got to give $10 to Candlepins for Cancer.
Tommy taught me a lot, but I know he didn't teach me everything because he wanted to keep a few tricks to himself, you know. That's why he won so many things. You know, he knows a few certain things that I don't know.
Now, did you bring your shoe disinfectant spray for your lanes to use now?
I
you
did.
get the highest scores?
Oh,
Did you
yeah.
beat them?
They're all waxed up. They're ready to go.
All right, now, if you
Should go
lose,
get
it's
a 40 half
$10.
here.
If you lose to him, it's $10 for Candlepins for Cancer. Tom Ulster, if you lose, it's $20 for Candlepins for Cancer.
Oh, wow. Okay. I like that. He has a lot more records than me, so it should be 20 for him.
All right, five boxes. Steve Reno, Sr., Tom Ulster, Hall of Famers. Okay, this is going to be interesting. Steve Reno will lead off on lane 10 at Bowl-O-Rama in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Great place to bowl, 22 lanes, great ownership in Bart Medeiros. Wonderful staff, very festive here. Steve Reno Sr. drops down 8 as the 6 and 10, piece of wood to help. 5 boxes, $20 donation if Tom Ulster loses, 10 if Steve Reno Sr. loses. And Steve picks it up for a spare. 4 more to go, Steve. And Steve will take the lead. Hall of Fame exhibition on Candlepin Bowling Network. Ulster at 8. So Steve has a 2-pin lead plus a ball. Five-box challenge. Steve's on a spare on lane 10. In the pocket, 7, 2, 5, 10, 17 after 1. Ulster 4 from plus the 9. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's always free, never a charge. Candlepin Bowling Network on YouTube. Reno Open, as is Ulster. 3 boxes in Candlepin for the W.O.N audience. 3 balls a box. The pins fall down. You can play it on the deck, called wood. Same scoring system, both with 10s.
Still got it. Still got it.
27-18. Ulster down by 9. 20 bucks in a hole if he loses.
Tommy Orr, Candlepin Bowling. Tommy Orr.
Steve Reno, 1-2-7-10, half Worcester for Ulster. Greg, the half Worcester rule from the W.O.N audience. Half Worcester rule. After 3 boxes, Steve Reno will have a lead, maybe double digits. As he gets a 9, 36-3 in this exhibition. Ulster in 8, he's at 26, a 10-pin lead. The Vegas odds heavily favor Tom Ulster, but he's down 10. Incoming class of 2023, Steve Reno Sr. Drills 8, make it 9. 7-pin for a spare. 4 left, 6-10 right for Ulster.
I got a guest. Want to welcome, you want to chat? Want to say hello? No, you. I'm talking about you. So Mike Poulin is here with us.
Right of the rim. Yep.
Tommy Ulster asking you for advice on how to shoot this ball.
Flattered.
What do you think, huh?
First time ever. Look at that.
Oh, wow, what a shot for a spare.
Now, did he play it the way you told him?
Hey, that was right?
Well, one of the great New Hampshire bowlers is Mike Poulin. Definitely somebody, again, very deserving to be in the Hall of Fame. And we should explain, to get in, somebody does need to nominate you. So I'm putting it out there. He's got more records than most people in this building today, and a great ambassador to the game. Do you bowl at all still, Mike?
I do. I average about 112, 113. But I bowl my 2 sons. They both in the 20s. So it's really nice that my 2 sons picked up the game.
He'd have a 115 average if he had a WOW shirt on.
But, as we're all getting older, you shouldn't feel badly about that average.
I know. And it's just so much. I didn't mean to cut you off, but it's so much fun to bowl my sons. It's very, very wonderful.
Final box is challenge. Ulster 9 to tie. 8, he's down 1. 45.
All right, how's he making this one?
Challenge for Candlepins for Cancer.
Carefully.
Reno's open. Ulster gets a spare. He can win it.
A little right of the red line.
Oh, okay.
Hey, coach, ball off the wall?
Ooh, now right of the red line. By the way, Tommy Ulster, I've always called the Bobby Orr of Candlepin Bowling. He is the best. We are all good. He is the best.
I don't think anybody would take issue with that.
No, he was. Watch this shot. He's going to make it. He didn't play it there. Well, that's the other way.
Steve can clinch it with a 10 box.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
You got a 9. Ulster needs a 10 to tie.
That's why he's the best. He was setting it up for a 10 box. Actually, not really.
That's not a favorable wood at all.
That's a cap job, I think.
Tom needs a 10 for overtime.
Uh-oh.
And he missed it, and Reno wins it.
That one comes. Now, what about
54,
getting the wood on the right
53.
side,
Tom Ulster
hoping that
$20
it
for
sprays over?
Candlepins for
Would you try
Cancer.
that?
Yes. But who second guessed him?
Back to Paul.
Yep. I'll throw in my 20, you throw in your 10. Sounds good. We'll give him 30 bucks.
30 bucks. Hey, by the way, congratulations on losing.
It wasn't too many times that I beat him, I'll tell you. Not too many times. And pool either. He loved to beat me at pool.
Right.
The hip had 2 nice pool tables.
All right, thanks for donating to Candlepins for Cancer.
welcome.
All right, back to Mike Morin.
Back here with Mike Poulin, who has spent many years. You must have been on some of the world teams and all that.
We have for many years, and we only won it once. But Tim Lipke was our go-to guy, and he retired. And you just couldn't replace a guy of that magnitude, but it was hard. But I was on Channel 50 a lot, and you were fantastic. You're done so much for the game. You and Dick Lutz, you were 2 of the best. I just enjoyed. You guys made me feel comfortable when I bowled on there. I thank you for that.
Well, it was always a pleasure to have you on because you always gave us a good show, which is very important. And I do hope that someday the Hall does call because you definitely should be there. Again, if anybody is listening, this is a direct plea from me, not from Mike. to actually consider filling out the. It's not that much paperwork, but I guess part of the problem is digging up all the records, because you do need some stats to get in.
Absolutely, and it's hard to find them now. You know, whatever. But again, I'm not going to self-promote myself. It's just not going to happen.
That's not who you are. I mean, you've got a lot of satisfaction in the game. It would be a nice capper for you, and who's to say it won't happen?
Right. Who knows? We'll see. But it's really wonderful to see my sons bowl. They've taken up the mantle. They average over 120. They love the game. Everybody comes up to me, tells me how great my sons are, and if I'm bragging, I am. And it's wonderful to hear that. I'm so proud of them.
Isn't that what life is, to hear good things about your kids?
Yep. And my grandsons, Steve's got 3 sons. My oldest son has got 3 sons. They all bowl. And the adults watching them bowl, they all come to me. They got your body language, Mike. They do exactly what you did. And it's so cute to watch them, you know. It's just wonderful.
Is it easier being a lefty in the game, or doesn't it really matter?
I don't have a point of reference. That's all I was. I think lefty might have an advantage. There's not as much wear and tear on the lane. But we're not 10-pin where they break down the oil and all that stuff. But I don't know.
All right, we're going to go back to Paul. Mike, great to see you, pal. Thank you.
Okay, welcome back. We have Mr. Train Collector Nick Norcross again. 200s. Talk about that day. Do you remember that day?
It was
210 to the 202, right?
Long time ago. The 210 was, I had 2 open boxes, and the 202 I only had a double strike. I had 10 marks in a row. Wow. And fun. 2
world championships, 2018, 2022.
Yep. Hopefully we can try and do it again this year up in Canada.
All right, we'll be there for coverage. Okay, we're going to bring in Mr. Mike Sweeney here. Mike, come over here. Tell the fans who don't know you all about you.
Well, if anyone doesn't know me, I'm Wolfman12395 on YouTube. I've been posting Candlepin bowling shows on my channel for over 15 years now, and it's been a great hobby, basically, just being able to find a lot of these old tapes and being able to digitize them and put them on my computer and being able to share them with the rest of the world, especially for people that haven't seen these shows in a very, very long time or have never seen them before.
How about the new shows?
The new shows, that everything, it's amazing what you guys have done, especially for the game, especially in the last couple of years alone, because it's great to see, especially with a turnout like today. The turnout has just been absolutely fantastic. It's great for the event, it's great for the charity, and it's a fantastic turnout, and I'm actually meeting a lot of people that I've actually never met before, that I've actually talked to online many times, but actually I finally got to meet in person for the first time now.
Okay, make sure you get your picture of Mike Morin for the Candlepin 2024 calendar. Okay, we got a challenge here, though. Come over here. All right, 5 boxes, okay? Lowest person has to do a donation for Candlepins for Cancer. How much you want to wage?
I'll start off safe. I'll do $20.
20 bucks? Okay with you, 20 bucks?
20's good.
20 bucks? Okay, Nick's 25 for you, though.
Sure.
All right, so 5-box challenge. Nick Norcross, Mike Sweeney.
All right.
With you again.
All right. Well, good to be here. It was awesome to see Don Richmond. I didn't know he was coming. Mike Poulin, a favorite from New Hampshire. And let's see who else we can grab. I think we should get Bobby Whitcomb if we can. He's busy, tied up right now. Mike Sweeney, though, up on lane 10, and we have a little 5-box match going on right now. As we look around the Bowl-O-Rama here in Portsmouth, we see so many great names, so many faces, and so many favorites of the game. Bob Kelly is here. He is going into the Hall of Fame this year in just a couple of months. I'm sure you're looking forward to the Hall of Fame, Paul, in October.
Oh, yeah. If you go, Candlepin Bowling Network will be there. Hopefully we'll get live coverage. If we get it Wi-Fi, if not, we're going to record it anyway and put it up on our YouTube channel. So subscribe free, never a charge. Candlepin Bowling Network, always free on YouTube. Please subscribe today. We're going to have Jack Ray bowling next, Hall of Fame next.
Jackie Ray has the smoothest style of anybody I've ever seen. Now, of course, we're all a little bit older, but I would suspect he is still as smooth as he was in his prime.
All right, thank you.
All righty. It'd be nice to get Jackie Ray. I'm going to go find him and bring him back. So we may have no audio for a minute, but no interviews. But I'm going to find. Oh, there's Jackie Ray. He's talking to Bobby. Okay.
So we got a $20 wager between Nick Norcross. I believe he'll be in the Hall of Fame someday.
I do too. He talk about ambassadors for the game. He's great.
The history of Candlepin bowling.
Yeah, he's got a tremendous collection of Candlepin pictures going way, way back. I have no idea where he got them. I'm so jealous.
All right, Nick Norcross on a spare.
Greg Holbrook just came up and reminded me that, a lot of good lefties in the house today.
Norcross on the spare.
Greg Holbrook, Bobby Wisdom. Left-handers?
9.
Unbelievable. Thanks for being here.
Down 28-25.
Very happy to have this man with us today, Jackie Ray. I was just telling my partner, Paul Grant, you are the smoothest bowler, and I suspect that hasn't changed. We've all aged a little bit. Do you get out and bowl at all, Jackie?
Well, it's been a year ago I had my knee replaced. But I didn't bowl for about 3 years, and I said to my son Mitchell, let's go bowling. It was this past Friday night. I should say, but I had 9 after 3 boxes, right? I go, whoa. I thought this was just like riding a bike that, comes back.
Only if you're Tommy Olston.
Only if you're Tommy. He looks as smooth as ever. So he says, all right, finish the string. And I said, let me bowl one more. I says, I think I'm going to charge like I used to. Well, I ended up falling in the gutter. I'm looking up at the ceiling. My arm banged on and I says, Mitchell, that's it. It's all done. But I'll try it again eventually.
Well, I heard there's going to be a match with you. And who's Jackie bowling against?
He's going to bowl with Al Johnson, I believe, and
my
Jack
son,
Ray's
Mitchell.
son.
Yeah, Mitchell.
Okay.
Oh, okay, Mitchell.
Oh, by the way, just so you know, Nick Norcross got the Paul Grant special. He missed the second shot, made it in the third.
So this is a very nice thing. I'm glad they have this.
I'm so glad you came. It was kind of last minute that I heard you decided to come, or I was told anyway.
Yeah, Nick Norcross mentioned, he gave me a text and said it was coming up here, and I said, Mitchell, you want to take a ride up? Yeah, I'd love to. So I'm glad I'm here. I'm seeing a lot of people I haven't seen before for a long time.
We're going to do it every 2 years.
Every 2 years. Oh, that's good. Maybe I'll be bowling by then. I'll give it a try again. This time I won't fall in the gutter.
Hire yourself a conditioning coach, okay?
Pardon me?
Get a conditioning coach, okay?
My wife says don't do it. That's the conditioning coach is supposed to, right there.
Are you still living out in Stowe, out in that area?
Still in Stowe, yep. And I've been there now 30 years. And we're looking forward to retiring. At the end of the year, I'm finally retiring.
So with Marjam?
We sold out in April. A company called FBM.
Okay.
And
I remember that.
Yeah, FBM. Matter of fact, they were on the California Angels as the sponsor. I saw that. That's where my money went, my paycheck.
You must have some great memories of the Channel 5 days, though, huh?
Oh, my goodness.
All right, I'm going to take a quick break here.
Okay,
hold that thought.
Okay, hold on. Before we get back to your interview, hey, you hung with the pro here. You did pretty good, Mike Sweeney.
For the first time not having bowled in about a few months, I would say, I think I actually did all right. I'm just glad I didn't throw any gutter balls.
Will this be on your channel?
Who knows?
Nick, you going to put this in the history of Lost Candlepin Bowling?
I don't know. This is fun. It's a really fun day.
Save $25, so $20 for Candlepins for Cancer. And don't forget your WOW shirt.
Yeah, and come and get one if you haven't got one already. I already got one. Okay. And this is also going out to my dad, who's actually beaten cancer twice. So I'm obviously here for him too. So he's gone through a lot over the last 10 years. So I'm very happy to say that he's pretty healthy now. So awesome. I can only hope the best for him going forward.
If you need help, let us know.
Awesome.
Thank you. Candlepinsforcancer.com via Venmo. Candlepins number 4. Cancer.com to donate. Okay, let's bring the next group here. Back to Mike.
All right. So, Jackie, I was saying there must be some great memories that as you see these faces around here today that you bowled against on Channel 5, because you had some nice runs.
Channel 5 was fun. Always look forward to it every year to bowl, and go to the different roll-offs. And the thing is every weekend I would see all these bowlers. And now you don't see them for, say, some of them for like 25 years, but Channel 5 brought us together. And, with all the different tournaments that would be around, but... And I missed that. I missed that show 100%. And I still watch the shows. I still got them on.
You still have some of the videos on YouTube.
The videos and watching this. I remember when, but
I was talking to Donnie Richmond a few minutes ago. I didn't know he was coming up from the South Shore. How it was actually tougher to qualify to get on the show. Then once you got on there, of course you had to bowl good, but there were so many other bowlers to get ahead of to get into the top 5.
Well, a lot of bowlers used to wait until like second half of the year because when the first show was coming up, all the good bowlers would be going to bowl first. And there was somebody I can't remember who it was. Well, I do remember, but I'm not going to mention his name, and he is here. Saying, yeah, I'm waiting until the second half.
All right. We're going to head things over. I guess you're going to go
We'll
bowl,
get back to
Jack
you guys
Ray.
Just a moment.
I see your son.
Back to you in just a moment. All right. Introducing Jack Ray's son, Mitchell. Mitchell, how long have you been bowling Candlepin Bowling?
Pretty much my whole life.
What's your average?
Right now it's probably about a 101, 102.
Pretty good. Where do you live now?
In Stowe, still living with my parents.
You're going to bowl in the Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour?
I don't know if I'm ready for something like that. I'm used to doing all my leagues with everybody, so. But I'm slowly getting more into it.
Now
So
you get to bowl with Hall of Famer Al Johnson. No pressure, huh?
no, not at all.
Now, if you lose, you're going to put $10 in. If Al loses, he's paying $50 for Candlepins for Cancer.
I'd say that's pretty fair.
Okay. All right, good luck. 5 boxes, okay? Al Johnson will go first. $50, Al, if you lose. Back to Mike Morin.
All right, so when is Jackie bowling? Or no? Oh, Alfie. Okay, all right.
No, I don't dare put my bowling shoes back on again after Friday night. I'm still living after that fall.
Al Johnson, he's still got it going on for a guy who's approaching 70.
He's that old?
Yeah. 68, 69, right?
68, June 8th.
Did he really?
Yep.
Son of a
And this
gun.
is Jack Ray's son, Mitchell.
That's my son, Mitchell.
And how old is Mitchell? Tell us about him.
He's 29, and he works for a medical company called Avantor out of Air, Mass. And he enjoys bowling his Thursday night league in Acton.
That's where I bowled for many
Al
years.
just told me that he can never beat you, so he's going to beat your son. He's going to take it out on your son.
The sacrificial lamb.
But if he pushes him too hard, Mitchell may get.
I think we should handicap it, don't you think? We should handicap it 100%.
Yeah, to Alfie.
Yeah.
That sure sounds like an Al Johnson thing to say.
1 second.
So he's at the Acton Bowlodrome.
Al, it's 100%.
And the Sunberg kids, a couple of them own it, and they have a place, I think, in Needham as well.
Oh, that place in yes,
it
was the Needham Bowl-Away and Needham
Yes.
Bowlodrome.
Yeah.
I bought that.
One of the boys, I think Zach, has that one. I don't know if you knew the kids very well.
Josh is the son. He was bowling Thursday night then. I think he got hurt. And he stopped and he didn't finish the year last year. I used to go down and watch my son bowl.
Al Johnson still can't beat a raise, down 10-8 after 1.
He's just giving him a break right now, so. But, Alfie's always going to get the wood. He always gets it, no matter when he bowls. And he's good enough where he doesn't need wood.
If Al wins, we're going to tell him we give him a 100-pin handicap. So.
There you go. Look at that, huh? He still looks smooth as ever.
He really does. I mean, he still bowls regularly, I think, but he's a good guy, and of course he was a big friend of Charlie Jutras. Did you cross paths with Charlie very much?
Oh, matter of fact, the last time I saw Charlie's when I got inducted into the Hall of Fame. And I was a little nervous going up there, and you had to stand in front of a bunch of people, and Charlie was right there, and he actually grabbed my hand when I went by. He says, "Calm down, I can see you not being yourself right now." He really did. And just from there, it was perfect. And I'm looking at, Charlie's going like this with thumbs up, and so it went along good. But that was the last time I saw him, so it's been, been
He died maybe 3-4 years ago, about this time of year, actually. Talking about Charlie Jutras, and he was there the night that Jackie got inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Hey, you're in the Hall of Fame, but I got one thing on you don't have on me.
Yes?
No idea.
I got the last strike on Candlepins for Cash with Bob Gamir.
Oh.
1980, the very last strike in the show.
Yeah, I remember that. Matter of fact, a lot of people, when they come and say, "Hey, I remember seeing you on Candlepins for Cash." No, it's Candlepin Bowling with Don Gillis.
I get that a lot, too. They think I'm on, they get that, too, the opposite, too.
One thing Alfie and I have in common, not only being friends, but we were on the last year of the show on Channel 5 when they went down.
Show.
And one of my goals was always be on the call it the Yellow Pages, whatever it was at the time. And we had the 1 and 2 scores for the year. Went halfway through, and that's what we talked about. That was a killer. Just
All right, so
really going to make that show.
Who are the other bowlers? Because we should get a GoFundMe page, raise the money, and have the tournament, and have you and whoever else should have been on there.
Jeez, that
would be interesting, wouldn't it?
Absolutely.
I know who would probably have those stats is
Dottie Lawrick.
Dottie Lawrick, exactly.
Well, I want to see you and Al Johnson have a money match because you'll probably beat him. He never beat you, he said. So we should do a money match next year.
Can I use a set of barbells and throw them down? Might be the only way I would be able to knock them down anymore.
You're both in great shape.
Well, you can't tell a book by its cover either. What's on the inside that does it. So
I just tell people I inhale.
I wear tight pants up here. Oh my God! So there's no. Do you
think he's going to make this one? Is he going to use the wood?
I think he's going to leave up the 10 pin.
Okay.
Let's see what happens here. Oh, it went down.
Well, it was last.
It was last.
Now,
All
Jack,
right.
I have to ask you this tough question. Have you ever had a sky bar?
Yes.
Aren't those good?
The only one I didn't like was the dark one, right in the end there. I don't know what the name
All right,
was,
they
but
give it to you-
the
yeah,
first one I
take
ate
that-
was
take
always the
that-
white one.
Give that one to your son you don't like.
Holy mackerel! These go back to my younger
Yeah,
days.
Necco went out of business. They brought it back with the Necco wafers, a sky bar. Market Basket has one sometimes.
That is so cool.
So we don't have a recliner for Rotman's furniture for you, but we do have a sky bar today.
I did get the last ones. I got the
Did you really?
Yep, because it was the last show of the year. And I remember Don Gillis saying, Jack, you're the last one to get the recliner. It wasn't even, thinking that the show was being over.
But I don't think he knew when the last taping was going on. I mean, maybe he did, and maybe it slipped. But supposedly nobody knew because there's a gap between when it gets aired and when it's filmed.
Filmed, right? Exactly. So, with a company, whoever bought Channel 5, I guess they were out of Texas. I mean, this is the story I hear that. What the heck is this game? We can do something better on there.
I've been the victim of that one myself many times. All right,
hold on.
Paul Grant.
We have an update here. Al, we forgot to put the handicap in 50 pins, so he beat you.
No, we didn't. That's Jackie Ray's son.
So you got to beat up on the son, huh?
No, Jackie Ray should be giving me pins.
All right, I just talked to Jack Ray. We're going to set up a money match or fundraiser for you and Jack Ray to bowl head-to-head.
I'd love that, actually.
Okay, we'll get that going sometime soon.
Yeah, you talked to him already?
Yep. You're going to make him pay $10, huh?
No, I'll pay the 10.
It's a lot of money. I don't
All
know
right.
if I can do it.
All right. Okay. You can put it on layaway if you want.
No, it's all good.
All right, thank you. How did it feel to bowl at the Pro?
A little nervous.
Now you can say I bowl at the Hall of Famer, right?
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Rematch next time, 2 years. All right.
It'll be
All right.
next up.
Okay. Back to Mike.
We're just sharing stories of some of the fans that would come and watch the TV shows, including the guy they called Colonel Sanders. His name was Arthur Telemarian, I believe, or something close to that. And he lived in, I want to say, Belmont. And he was a guy that didn't miss many shows, including when his daughter was born. He had to make sure it was on the TV in the hospital room.
Oh, I didn't know
so he could
that.
see himself.
Those people would show up. It would be the Channel 5 would come up to the WNDS show. It'd be the same people that would come up there, and they would almost sit in the same exact spot. It's like they had a lineup. That's where they're going to be sitting. But I miss seeing all that. I'm sure some of them aren't around anymore because that was many years ago.
All right, Paul, back to you.
All right.
Okay, we got 2 pro bowlers, 2 potential Hall of Famers here. John Winchell, a veteran bowler out of Exeter Lanes, Exeter, New Hampshire Shooters Pub. Great job bowling all these years.
Thanks.
You're on a new Friday Night Pro League team. Where are you going to be bowling this season?
I believe we're in Abington, but
What's
that's
Lanes?
possibly to be moved. I believe we might be going to Hingham. So I've heard both, but from my teammates I've heard Hingham. From other people I've heard Abington. I believe my teammates.
One of the highlights to your career you can share with people that don't know you, John Winchell.
Oh, Lord.
You got many of them.
Many people don't know me, so I'll just rattle off some numbers. High 3 at 467, high 5 at 744, high single at 190 twice. It's pretty much the basics. Got some state titles, some Pro Series titles.
Okay. Still have a lot in the tank left.
I hope so. I'm not that old yet.
And you're the creator of, you're the one that suggested the WOW 2.0 shirts, the bowling pins, and yet you haven't bought one yet.
Can I wear out the 5 I have before I buy another one, Paul?
They make great gifts.
I'll get one eventually.
I know, just teasing you. All right, hold on a second. The Destroyer, Josh Daly, just a youngster in your early 20s.
Yeah.
When did you start realizing you're going to be a great bowler?
I don't know.
When you were born?
No.
Do you have a bowling ball coming out of your mother's womb? Is there any truth? You had a bowling ball in your hand coming out of your mother's womb?
Sure, he's a great bowler already.
I want to be a great bowler, right?
No.
All right, now hold on. You got some great talent. Your U.S. Invitation was phenomenal. That was just a one for the ages. 478, a 183, a 111, 184 is awesome.
The 478 was against this guy's team.
Yeah, thanks. I think I bowled the first 2 strings against you too. You killed me.
Okay,
So
now.
I gave you a chance with a 111.
You back at this year's Mixed Worlds though. It was all right.
All right, so we got to do a wager. You're going to bowl 5 boxes. Total pinfall wins. If there's a tie, we do 1 box so someone wins. A wager. How much you want to wage?
$20. That's fine. He'll be paying it anyways.
All right. Oh, all right then. 25.
That's not paying anything.
I don't care.
All right, so 25 if you lose then, since you think you're going to win.
I'm broke now.
All right, $20 donation for the losing bowler here. Josh Daly, John Winchell, the teacher and the student. This will be a good one. 5 boxes. Kevin Burns keeping score. John Winchell in Brentwood, New Hampshire. Josh Daly. Great young bowler on lane 9. These two are tremendous bowlers. John will be eligible for the Hall of Fame to be nominated next time around. He starts off with a banana split. 4-7 left, 6-10 right. Josh Daly with a 4-2 split. Josh, trash talking, saying he's going to win, no big deal. We'll see if he's all talk, no action. All right, let's get back to Mike Morin and Jack Ray. You all done?
Jackie's done. Jackie's done.
Okay, thanks for supporting Candlepins for Cancer.
Oh, it's a pleasure. I'll be here more.
All right, so the money match is on later this fall or next year.
I'll talk to Alfie about it.
Before you leave, please.
I'll go to the casino and gamble and for about it.
There you go.
All right, thank you. What a great crowd. We got about 100 people or so here?
Yeah, at least. It's just a joy to talk old memories with some of these bowlers that I actually had on the Channel 50 show. Although Jackie Ray never was, I don't think, on our show, but all those years on Channel 5. So, and I know you were watching out there in TV land.
I want to see you bowl a couple of boxes today.
Why?
Because I want to see you donate.
Are you a sadist?
No, not at all. I want to see you lose the wager. No, I'm just kidding. You can still throw the ball, can't you?
Yeah, of course. This is a day for the pros. I'm watching John Winchell and Josh Daly, and they are a couple of terrific bowlers. Nice spare there for Josh Daly.
I want to talk to this guy. This guy, I believe down the road will be in the Hall of Fame. Jonathan Boudreau.
Hopefully.
That's a bold statement, but I'm predicting. I hope I'm alive to see it.
Well, of course you got to be 50, so you got to make it that far.
Got 22 years left anyway, regardless of what happens.
I haven't seen you in like forever. How you been?
I've been good. I've been busy. Could stand to exercise a little more, but still out there bowling though. Had a good year. Had a decent year this year.
Excuse me, I'm gonna move us over here a little bit more on the camera. So you're teaching still, right?
Still teaching, yeah.
And what grade and where?
9th and 11th in Boston. So it's going on 6 years now.
Is that right? Yeah, I remember when you were starting that.
Only 31 more to go.
But who's counting, right? Yeah. So were you bowling at Central Park, or where do you find most?
Central Park. I actually live right near there now, and then our Friday team moved to Exeter, so we'll be there. So I'm looking forward to that.
So what's it like seeing all these people that you watched on TV growing up, and here they are today? So we're not the only ones that are aging, Jonathan.
You're right. No, it's nice to see everybody. There's a lot of experience in the building, that's for sure.
And some guys that can still bring it.
Yeah, seriously, even Tommy. I saw Tommy fire a couple balls, and he really threw them out there. So
well, that's the thing with Tommy. He doesn't bowl anymore.
No.
And yeah, you're right. He's in Florida, and he does 10-pin occasionally. But, to be really good, you got to kind of do this a lot, get that muscle memory going.
He's got that same swing, though, that pendulum swing. I mean, it takes some people. It just takes a couple of reps, and you get back in.
True. Alfie Johnson, for a guy that's 68 years old, he's throwing it like he might have been 40.
I know. Yep, exactly. I know he's not here today, but Det, same thing. He's still out there bowling great, and he's about the same age.
Well, I still remember the night that you brought him into the Candlepin Bowling Hall of Fame. Was it 2014 or 2018? 2018. Whoops. We almost no, I don't. We almost lost Alfie. He tripped over the mic cord. So that was 2018, and it must have been a thrill to be able to do that for him.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun putting it together, gathering all the stats and then writing it up. That was a lot of fun. I enjoyed that stuff anyway. But, seeing him at the dinner accept the award, that was great,
Anybody else on your radar that you would like to perhaps take on the project as you did for him?
Well, 2 of this year's I put in, Steve and Harry Reno. I wrote them both up. So, again, same thing. It was a lot of fun collecting the stats and really seeing the amount of success over the years. It was nice, and it'll be a nice dinner.
I feel badly because there's so many bowlers, honestly, that should be in there. I don't think the public realizes that unless you have somebody that does the legwork, the nominating process, they're not going to get in. And I don't know if there's a better way to do this.
Yeah, a well-debated topic, for sure. And I know that there are some opinions out there about that process, but I won't get into that. But no, definitely there are a lot of bowlers that should be in who aren't. Hopefully they're in soon.
Well, you know, they've added a lot of newer and younger faces in the nominating committee, and I think that's good, bringing some fresh perspective. I've been in it for a couple of years, and it is eye-opening. I think, why is so-and-so not in? Or well, somebody didn't get the work done.
Right.
That's how it is now. If it ever changes, I don't know.
Right, you have to put the effort in. And, then that's when you see the results.
All right, we're going to go back to the lanes, and Paul Grant. Thank you, J-Bomb.
Good to see you again.
All right, John. Josh put his money where his mouth was for a change, and he won.
Okay.
Charlie Collins would say okay.
That's right. Oh.
How'd you get the nickname The Destroyer?
Oh, I wonder. Some guy with a blue Candlepin for Cancer shirt on.
John, you want a rematch?
No.
All right.
tired.
You're out $20.
I'm more than twice his age.
$20,
Can't keep
Candlepins
up
for
this
Cancer.
pace.
Thanks a lot. A 3-letter word for beating John Winchell.
Wow.
Oh, so excited. All right. We're going to bring on Janet Park and Nance Vestal. Janet Park, Nance Vestal come up next. Back to Mike Morin.
All right. While I'm standing next to Aaron Fontaine, I might as well say hello. We did talk a little bit earlier. We're looking at some old photographs at Leda Lane Jew. Yeah. And there's your grandfather. I don't think the camera can see that, but it is one of the great Candlepin bowling shots, showing how much a father or a grandfather takes such pride, because after all, your grandfather was introduced to the game by your great grandfather, and it's just the whole story. I don't know if he ever told it to you much about how that came about.
When he was like 2 or 3, he'd take him out of his crib and bring him to the bowl. Now that's
Move up a little closer to the camera here. There you go, because you're such a handsome man.
Maybe my girlfriend will tell you a different story. I don't know. No, but he used to take him when he was like 2 or 3 out of his crib to the bowling alley, which was Hippodrome, and he bowled the Hippodrome till it closed in '88. And guys like him bowled there all the time. His father Harry bowled, and he introduced me to the game when I was taller myself, and it just took off. It's in the family. I don't know what to say. It's in the family.
Even before the Hippodrome, your great-grandfather would take your grandfather. I think he was running a little a diner or something, and it had some lanes attached to it, and I think that was...
It was a bar. It was a bar. It was a 4... I don't know the name of it. You'll have to ask my grandfather, but it was a 4-lane house. It was a little bar, and there were little light switches in the corner. You slick them on, that's how the lights would come onto the lane, and you had to have a pin boy set the pins. That's how it was back then until maybe the 70s. They started putting pin setters in. So
well, one of my favorite stories that your grandfather told me as I was visiting him in Naples, researching the book, was, of course, your great-grandfather worked at the Hippodrome, and as did your grandfather. And as it got close to the end of the evening, Tommy, I'll call him that. You know who I mean. Would go get his balls, and he would whisper to your great-grandfather, "Go get your bowling balls. I'm going to kick your ass."
Yeah, that's true. It's true. He's got so many good stories of my great-grandfather, and it really is full circle for the family. I mean, I never thought in a million years I'd be doing what he'd be doing 20 years later after, you look at this, and you see that. I mean, really,
put it nice and close.
Look at that.
So is that you or is that Nathan?
That is me. You should know that was me.
I
in the tux. My brother was just born at the time. My brother was just born.
Well, how old are you now, and how old is Nathan?
I'm 25, and Nate just turned 21 back in December.
Aaron, was that the ball you threw on the air?
That was, no. If it was on the air, my grandfather wasn't in the picture. The one I threw on the air was when Mike Morgan got up at the end of the show, got his bowling balls. He shook my hand, and I threw a ball, and it was in the gutter. I'll never forget it. I'll never forget it.
Well, it's great that you have stories to tell your children, should you have any, down the road.
We'll do another round afterwards. Please help out, support this great charity, Candlepin Bowlers helping Candlepin Bowlers and their relatives fund the treatments of 501c3 charity. Donations 24/7 via Venmo, candlepinforcancer.com.
Yeah, this was taken, if I remember correctly, if you watch the show, I would say after the match he bowled Danny Harris, which is not on YouTube yet. I have that tape. When he qualified for the Tournament of the Champions, he threw a 400. He beat him 400 to 371. That was after the camera stopped rolling. That photo was taken. I don't know who took it. I want to say my grandmother, but that's how it was taken. And then, of course, we went back a month later. Who you bowling? Jeff Bajia. Then it's who you bowling? Mike Morgan. So, oh yeah.
Well, it's great to see you. Thank you for spending a few minutes with us today, Aaron.
Of course.
Been great watching you grow up, and here you are.
Yeah, I remember being shy when you tried to wave me onto the stage. I said, nope, I'm all set. This guy tried waving me on the stage too, and I said, no, I'm all set. I'll stay right here. I'm not moving. I'll just watch.
Well, you can go back into the shadows now and watch and have some fun and see your old friends, and great seeing you, man. Thank you. All right.
What the hell?
This guy can't beat me. He never will. All right. He bowls like crap every time against me. We're both friends, so it does not matter. Just letting you know, let everybody know.
So when did this become the WWE?
No way. It's just I come down to his house one day, whooped his ass for 9 games, and called it a week. Called it a night.
Wow. Oh, man.
By accident.
You did. And I know your sister now, and I'm going to tell her.
No matter. It's all in fun. I like bowling against him. I just had to make it. We always bowl against each other every time.
So how old are you, or how many years till you can get in the Hall of Fame?
I'm only 23, so that's a...
He's going for 10 years. Give him 10 years.
Oh, wait.
Back to Paul, yes.
Okay, welcome back. If you want to donate via Venmo, Candlepins #4cancer.com. Thank you for those watching later on the W.O.N Sports Network. With us, 2 Hall of Fame legends, Janet Park and Nance Vestal. Okay, I'm going to ask the tough question first of all. Who's the better bowler out of you two?
Her.
Would you agree? They say very humble. I appreciate that. Awesome.
Yeah, we're pretty equal. Although she's better lately.
I was going to say, she was on Channel 5 about 180 times. I was on twice, so, you know, that speaks for itself.
Let's bring in Mike Morin. Mike. Can I get Mike? Mike Morin talk to Janet. I'm going to talk to you, Nance.
Another gabber.
Yep. You're going to talk to Janet Park here.
I would love to. We were going to have a private conversation earlier. Whoops, there go my glasses. Hold on. So, Janet Park, you mean so much to this game. Is that what we're supposed to be talking about?
Yeah. I don't think of it as that, but I guess I have made an impact.
Oh, you have on so many fronts.
It's just hard to believe that somebody can impact the game this much, but I'll take it.
It's something. It's a great legacy. You brought a lot of joy to people watching, and I know everybody always brings up the Bruno DeFeo match, which you almost won, in the not the Yellow Pages, whatever it was called back then, and you've told me stories about it was fairly stressful leading up to that, people calling you, talking to you, and I'm sure you probably put more pressure on yourself, or didn't you?
I did a little bit, but you know what really did? Seeing the crowd there that night, I don't think they've ever had a crowd like there for any True Value show ever. And I said, and I know it's like all the women there were expecting me to do something for them, and it's that's the kind of pressure that I had to deal with.
Well, it's a memory that you'll never forget.
I will never forget it. And I was just talking to Dick Lutz about the show that I had on with Jack Daly in the finals of the mixed doubles when we threw that 425. And that was an incredible match. That was a fun match.
Are we going to see you both today, or you do have your shoes on?
I have my shoes on. I do.
And Nancy's here. Have you spoken with Nancy already?
Yeah, you can talk to Nancy next. How's that?
I'd be honored to.
Sure. And then we're going to do a challenge for Candlepins for Cancer. We're going to do 2 boxes. Can you handle 5 or 2? 2. 2 boxes. Oh, what's the wage of a Candlepins for Cancer? The loser pays how much? $10, $5, $20, $1,000?
$10, I guess.
$10 is fine. If she loses 15, okay?
Yes.
Who's spotting who?
Yes.
Is it scratch or who's spotting who?
Scratch. We'll do scratch.
We'll go scratch.
All right.
All right,
I'm
why don't
gonna
you
move-
talk to Nance Vestal first? We'll do a
Of course.
two-box roll-off.
All right, very good. So Nancy, you know, I don't see you for like 10 years, and then I see you twice in a month.
Yeah, sorry.
So what, seriously, what's it like to look around and see people you haven't seen for ages, people that you watched on TV, people that you've bowled with? It's really a nice feel-good day, isn't it?
It is. It's. But everybody's so old. And then I said, oh yeah, so am I.
Wait, did you say everybody's so old?
Yes.
Well, thank you for not looking at me, but I am too.
I looked at you too.
I was talking to Jackie Ray about that. I'm sure you remember when Jackie Ray had this jet black hair.
Yes, and everyone wanted to know him.
What do you mean by that?
I'm not going to say.
Then again, I said up to about 5 years ago, my hair was still pretty dark, but I still have it. And then he lifted off his cap, and a little bit is gone. But you know, it's the person inside. He is, and tell me if you would agree. He is one of, if not the smoothest deliveries and ball release. You never hear it hit the lane.
Absolutely. He's just unbelievably smooth with the ball, yes.
So you and Janet, we have a little match going on here, huh?
Before we do this, though, step aside for us 1 second. Before we do this match, Dick, I just asked Dick when he gets next year, I'm going to challenge you two to a Candlepins for Cancer money match. You two.
I'm on. I'm in, man. I'm all in.
Are you going to bowl left-handed and say that that's why you lose because you're really a righty?
I can beat you. I can beat you with either hand.
Okay. Now, what's the wager going to be?
Whatever Mike says it is.
All right. We'll figure something
All right,
out.
3 strings.
I don't know if I can last.
No, I'd
3
say
strings, 2 bucks at a time.
No, we only did 1 string.
We'll do a doubles. How's that? We'll get a doubles going. You two. How about you two together?
Whatever you put on the table, Paul, we'll take care of it.
We'll figure it out. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's what I love about this guy. He's so easygoing.
All right. Awesome.
All right. So
Thanks,
you
Dick.
got it.
Nice to meet you finally in person. Good to see you. Thank you. All right, let's get the ladies going. All right.
All
So
right.
Janet Luzich pays $10. Nance pays 20. 2 boxes. Mike, what a treat to talk to some of these legends, broadcasters like Dick and the ladies here and the gentlemen here today.
Legends? Did you say legends? You got to go?
Let's watch the bowlers here for a second. 2 Hall of Famers, best of friends. They could be bowling the women's doubles event September 9th also in Exeter Lanes. Register on Candlepin Chat. 220 cap as of May 31st, 2023. Ladies, we need 7 more teams to fill it up. Looking at a potential $2,500 first place prize. Second annual women's doubles event September 9th, Exeter Lane Shooters Pub, Exeter, New Hampshire. Janet Park will lead off on lane 10. 2-box challenge. Beautiful ball crossing over, a diamond in the 7. Nance 1-3, 9-10, a piece of wood to help behind the 3. Nothing like the great game of Candlepin Bowling. Invite your friends to bowl Candlepin Bowling. Think Candlepin gift cards all year round. Help support your local bowling centers and invest in Candlepin Bowling. For the W.O.N audience, W.O.N New York, 3 balls in Candlepin, same scoring system. Pins fall down. It's called wood. You can play it as long as it's on the playing surface. And 9-8 with a box to go. You want to switch sides? All right, they're going to switch sides. Yeah, final box. A Candlepins for Cancer fundraising event, the 2023 Hall of Fame exhibition. First time ever doing this. We'll do it every 2 years. A great crowd on hand, over 100 people here watching and donating. Nance, the 1-pin lead, beautiful ball. 8-10 split, wood rolling away. 3 pieces, it looks like, on the right. Janet down a pin, missed left, but has a chance to 1-3-10. And now wood shifts to the left. More favorable lead now. For a spare, bang! She's at 19 of the ball, her final ball. Ponk needs a mark. Looks good, and she got it! 19-18. Nance Knight has a 1-pin lead, final ball. Two terrific ladies. On the bonus, crossing over, 7-8. She'll have a 26 in this 2-box challenge. 8 to win. And she gets 6. And Nance takes it. Nance takes it. Janet took it right. Janet, come from behind win, huh?
Yeah, it was fun. It's what happens.
How'd you come back from being down 9 to 8?
I don't know.
All right, so $20 for Candlepins for Cancer?
No, it's for her. She has to pay it. I won.
All right, that's right. You won it. So you're paying $10. $10. All right, thank you. All right. So Nance actually won that. Mike Morin with special guest here, Carol Downey.
Yeah, while we're on the theme of great women bowlers, you have to include Carol Ann Downey, who I guess I knew you mostly from watching you on Candlepin Stars and Strikes when I moved here in the mid-'80s. And it seems like that might have been around your prime back then, huh?
Pretty much so, yes. Yeah.
So what's it like today seeing all these old friends that sometimes you think, I wonder if I'm ever... And then they show up.
Absolutely. I mean, I walked in and you see all these people and I haven't seen most of them in 25, 30 years. You know, it was hard to recognize. Yeah, Susie Beaupre, she approached me and sorry I didn't know who she was.
Yeah, I didn't either. She introduced herself and said, oh, well, you should be down there. And she's, oh, I don't know if I belong down there. Yes, you do.
Yeah.
We were introducing people at the beginning.
That's what she said. She said, I don't belong with the pro bowlers. I said, of course you do. You're one of the best at the time.
I had heard that Judy Berry was going to be here today, and I don't think I've seen her.
I haven't seen her. I was looking forward to seeing her too, because I started the ladies international tournament, and she was one of the ladies from Maine that I met, and we became pretty good friends.
Yeah. So I'm sure that you've crossed paths with Janet Pock and Nancy Vessel from time to time.
Of course.
They were always tough customers, right?
Yes, they were, yeah. All the women bowls back in my day were really good.
You know, I'm looking through some of the old WCBC banquet program books, and it's really sad to see the numbers going down and down and down. And then there were like at the end, like, I don't know, 15 women or something when they finally closed it out. It's like something like this, I think, is great to get the younger kids to realize, wow, they had something going then.
Absolutely. It all starts with the kids in leagues on Saturday morning. You know, one time we had 100 kids in our league, and now I don't even know if they have kids league anymore.
Did you run the leagues at Park Place?
At Park Place, I did.
And of course, the Madero's family does a wonderful job here. They understand that mission is to get the kids involved.
Absolutely. Bart was very active with the kids. Yeah, very.
Well, I know you live in Florida, and I think, are we getting ready for the next match,
Well,
Paul?
I got you a question first. Mike McIntosh is a big fan of yours. I call him Mike McIntosh 2.0 because there's 1.0. He used to throw sneakers to the pins. And I asked you yesterday, did you teach him how to do that?
Absolutely not. No throwing anything, feet, hands, anything.
Hey, look who's here, Mike Poulin. Do you know this woman?
This is one of the greatest Candlepin bowlers ever right here. She's easily in the top 5 ever.
And a class act as well.
Class act as well.
Thank you so much.
Somehow she put up with me. I don't know how, but she did.
He was my doubles partner for a while.
Were you the better bowler too?
Oh yeah.
I don't know about that.
They had to put me anchor because I was the guy, but she could have anchored as easily as I could have.
Nice to see you, Carol. Thanks for stopping by. We'll do this again in 2 years, okay? Thanks for supporting Candlepin Bowling Network, Candlepins for Cancer.
Thank you to your both.
Okay,
all right, thank you, Carol. Great to see you. Wow. We
Well,
just
that's a
had
good thing.
Mike Poulin and Carol Ann Downey, and now Steve Adney. It's great to see you come in. I mean, I saw you a year ago at a library for a presentation I was doing for Candlepin Bowling, and you were able to contribute some helpful things. That was a fun day, wasn't it?
Very, very fun night. I was glad that I saw it, that you was being there, so I could go down. And I said, I know you've been doing them, but you know, living where I live, it's hard and in between trying to get to some of them places.
And that's Claremont, right?
Right.
Didn't they just have a big fire there or something overnight?
They did. I didn't read the local news, but if it was this morning or a couple of days ago.
I think it was last night, yeah.
Yeah. I just heard. I don't know where it is yet, though.
So, what about all the surprises, all the people you're seeing? Aren't you glad you came?
Great to see everybody, you know. And hopefully, I'm going to hopefully go to the Hall of Fame dinner banquet this year.
Well, you're in it. You should be there.
Yeah. because I think it's right down near the road from Park Place, I believe, this year.
Yes, it's right off exit 3 off of 93.
What's the name of the
It's
place?
called Castleton.
Castleton, right.
Right.
Yeah.
And as a mobile DJ, I did many, many weddings there. So it's a beautiful place. The food is great.
Right. I've been there once before. You remember Brian Uphold?
Yes.
He got married there. Yeah.
Oh my God, haven't thought of that name in ages. Let me look around to see if he's here today.
He isn't. I was watching.
So some of these guys still look like they got it. Alfie Johnson throws the ball like he's 40.
Yeah. It's all about, I haven't bowled in maybe 4 years, but I actually just went through a kidney stone situation about 2 weeks ago. And so that and the neck and the broken arm. And so with the COVID, we got shut down the lanes. And so it's been like 4 years since I've actually thrown a ball. And hopefully I get straightened around, get my back stretched out so I can bend over. I'd like to get, back and I think Bill Clough had a thing on Candlepin Chat about he bowled like 6 decades, and he said, I think Charlie Jutras and Steve Vadney are probably the only other guys I can think of that did this, and somebody came on, and it's a few other guys, but so I went back and I wrote back to him. I says, I remember one of the first shows I was on. It was actually Channel 5 Super Bowl, it was called, taped out of Canal Lanes. I bowled against him, and I can't remember what his partner's name was, and either my partner either, because the women had their row off and the men did, and then they paired us up. And he remembered it. He wrote me back, and he said, I hope you get back on the lane so you can kick my butt again, is the way he put it. And I said, well, I hope I can give you a little competition.
Well, he just bowled in a King of the Hill competition, I think yesterday, and he won it. I think he came up from the 4th or 5th seed. And I would say he averaged probably about 130 for his 5.
Oh, wow. Where was that?
It might have been Fitchburg, yeah. And he, he's just turned 80, I think.
Yeah.
And he is such a prize to have.
Well, if I come back, I think him and I will be the oldest ones.
Well, how old are you now, Steve?
71.
All right, well, I still got you by a little bit. But see, I've always said about you that ever since I first saw you in the 80s and to now, you don't look like you've aged because you've always had white hair.
Yeah, that's what everybody keeps saying to me here. And I said, well, some of you guys finally grew up, I say.
Well, I hope that you can get yourself back into good enough shape so that you can get out there and at least enjoy the game that meant so much to you.
Yeah, I hope to. We'll see how things go, so.
Well, it was so good to see you, and I see you have a net with you today.
Yes, I do.
To make sure that you don't get lost going home.
Yeah. No, I actually have a friend and his wife with me too today, so it's up from the same area. So.
Okay, cool. Well, safe travels back, and I hope to see you at the Hall of Fame October 18th.
Yes, I'm planning on being there, so we'll see you.
Great to see you, my friend.
Thank you.
Take care, Steve. You as well. Steve Vadney, one of the great stars in not only the Boston show, but on Stars and Strikes as well. A great friend of mine and of the game is here with me, Rich Hawk Hallis. I was so happy to see you walk in today, and I can just tell you're reveling being with all your peeps.
Oh, this is just phenomenal. Yeah, I love it. All these old timers. Mike, Peter Flynn, Tommy Olster, Jackie Ray, Bob Kelly. It's just phenomenal. Craig Holbrook. It's just great to see these good guys.
So some of them are still bowling. Are you bowling at all?
No, I'm not. No, I just think the little health issues comes with age. I can start off good for a few boxes, and then after that, the legs stiffen up and stuff, and I can't throw the ball properly. I'm just flinging it. So, yeah. But I still go to watch on Friday night the Pro League. I like to watch the young bowlers, try to help them out a little.
It's nice to have access to today's young stars because there's no over-the-air TV shows. You got YouTube, which is fun to watch us old-timers.
Yeah.
But so you're helping some of these kids?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Cool. That's good.
Yeah, it's good to help. I want to help because when I was growing up, I didn't have that. So I appreciate everything that they did for me. And for you to be a better bowler, you got to bowl with people that are better than you. So I used to say, I was just talking to Bob Kelly earlier today when I came in. I says, this is why I became a good bowler, because I bowl with guys like yourself. And I knew when I went to a roll-off that a lot of these guys are better than me. But for me to to be a better bowler, you got to bowl with people that are better than you, and you concentrate more and you focus.
And a lot of people don't look at it that way.
Correct. Yes, they don't. Yeah. Well, because we're from the old school. Yeah, we don't. That's why I go and I try to help these kids that are bowling now, the younger kids in this Friday Night Pro League, just to talk to them a little, pull them to the side, say, here, this is what you should be doing. This, you know what I mean? Don't do this, don't do that. You know, try to help them out a little.
Kind of wishing Joe Ashline would be here today.
Oh yeah, Joe. Yeah.
So tell us a story, because it's something that I share with people, about the best comeback I ever saw in Candlepin Bowling for a 3-game set on our Stars and Strikes show.
Yeah, I watch it on YouTube here and there. Yeah, and like you interviewed me, you said, when did you realize that you had a shot at winning this match? I says, well, about the 5th or 6th box, because he was struggling a little. He was a little tight on the head pin, and he wasn't getting those falls like he was in the first couple of strings. You know, and I never give up. And you always got to grind. You never give up. You know, you throw the same ball, and whatever happens, happens.
You are a fighter.
Yeah, and for some reason, it worked out that way. He had a shot at winning in the 10th box. You know, he had the 5-pin with a piece of wood rolling back and forth, and then he went by it to the left. And
you had the advantage of growing up in Chelsea.
Yes, I grew up with the top bowler, Maxie Valentin from Chelsea.
Oh my goodness!
Because we never had all those good bowlers like they had at Sunlight Bowling Alley, Kelly, all those Jack Stanek, Peter Flynn, all those guys. I was in Chelsea and we didn't have much, so I used to go with Maxie to try to learn and watch these other guys bowl. So that's, you know, but I appreciate everything that the game's done for me. I appreciate it.
And the game feels the same about you, because you're such an upbeat, positive person, and kind of an ambassador, I guess.
Yeah, right. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Well, that's the truth. Hawk, great to see you, man.
Likewise. Good job. Hope to see you again soon.
I hope so.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Sir.
That's Rich Hawk Hallis, who has certainly been a favorite, as we head back to a couple big stars on the lanes with Paul Grant.
All right, thanks, Mike Morin. Greg Gouillart with us. Paul Grant live on Candlepin Bowling Network 2023 Hall of Fame exhibition. Been a great one. Over 100 people showing up. Lots of money raised. We got a special treat here. Come on down, Dan. Incoming Hall of Fame class, Steve Reno Sr. with your father, Harry Reno. What an honor. Has it sunk in yet?
Not totally, I don't think. It's been a very emotional roller coaster over the last couple of months. It's really hard to put it together in words. I hope I can do it in October when the time comes. But it's a great honor to be surrounded by so many of my longtime friends here today is really, really special. And I can't thank everybody enough for coming out today, having some fun. Keep an eye on this sign, guys, because this is going to go into raffle at some point. We're going to have all the members of the class of 23 sign the front. And then on the back, we have many Hall of Fame members like Tom Ulster and Janet Park. They all signed it. We're going to raffle this off and donate the money to Candlepin for Cancer at some point.
Okay, there is one anomaly on there you have to share about, though, on the back.
I love one of them because it says Candlepin. It says Candlepins for Cash, last person to roll a strike. And I'm standing right next to him. Mr. Paul Grant autographed this for us. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it still feels like a dream.
Nice piece of sports memorabilia to have.
Feels like a dream to me still.
I'm sure it did. I'm sure it is. That was a pretty special moment for you.
For those who don't know, you're class acts. I know you went through a lot of hard times in between. You really went through a lot of adversity. I'm really proud of you.
Thank you, Paul.
And
thank you
how'd you stay with it?
Oh, yeah.
What are some of the highlights of your career?
Oh, nice to see you too. Oh boy, you know, sometimes we hit rock bottom and we don't know what to do and we have a hard time getting out of it, which I did. But I did it through help with my family, friends, people who love me, even people in the bowling community. Bob Medeiros was one of them. That really reached out to me. So doing it through them, you got to have support, you know, you really do. And I've had a great support system in my life, and it's helped me get back on my feet, back to who I should be, you know, as a person. And I just love the bowling community. I've been blessed to have some pretty great moments in this game. You know, I've had my rear end kicked a few times to some of the all-time greats like Flynn and Ulster, but there was times I beat them too. You know, and those memories will last forever. They were really great times for me. and I'll always treasure it.
Your son Steve is a great bowler too, actually. And your father Harry is going with you in the Hall of Fame. I know he's not with us now, but that's going to be a great feeling for you.
He's going to be smiling from up above, as well as my grandmother Evelyn, who was our biggest fan. If Meme was still alive, she would have been here with me today. She went with me to everything. So yeah, they got to be looking down. I really hope they are, and they see this.
Yeah,
it means a lot. It really does, Paul.
Oh.
Yeah, you got me choked up.
Sorry.
Meme did it.
I make a lot of people cry.
But in a good way, I hope, Paul.
Yes, I meant.
But yeah, I'm so happy for my dad, really am.
Class act, and for the people in Millis.
Oh, good.
You just proud of my son as well. You mentioned Stephen. Very proud of my son. He throws the ball just as hard as I ever did, maybe even harder. Throws it hard like my father, his grandfather.
45 miles an hour.
It runs in the families, and I'm really proud of him. I've been very, very, very blessed.
Hopefully get a father-son. Hopefully get a father-son. Sorry, well, hopefully get a father-son money match going sometime.
That would be great. We'd love to do that. We'd love to do that for you, Paul.
Your competitor here right now, Mr. Dan Esden, Mr. Hartford Whalers. Tell the fans about why you're such a Hartford Whalers fan. Congratulations winning the Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour Class B out of Ryan Families in Millis, Mass.
Moving up to A now. Did that to myself. The Whalers
hang the trophy up first of all. Hang it high. Lift it up high like you won this, like you won the Stanley Cup. Lift it up high.
It doesn't weigh that much.
All right.
The Whalers
Great
thing
story.
I got into
Oh
when
my
I was a
God.
kid. I liked the colors. I liked
I
the
wish
logo.
we were
I liked some of the plays.
on camera. Well, I get you to read.
When
How come Danny Finn didn't make the trophy green then?
Those are great.
Because he didn't think I was going to win it, which is fine. I didn't think so either, so it's okay.
How's it feel bowling against a legend like
I don't know
Steve?
who that
You're
is.
listening
I'm
to-
so happy to bowl with Steve anytime. We both work at Millis together. On Tuesday
Oh, is
nights,
he?
we get to bowl against each other, and Steve's a great guy, and he's helped me out a little
Oh,
bit here and
ACT.
there with my game, and I can't thank him enough. Much like so many of the other pros and Hall of Famers I've met since I've come back to Canada.
Yeah,
and,
right.
They're all great, and
Yeah, I was
Steve's a
doing that
great
because
guy,
I
and
grew
love
up in
bowling Steve
10 pin
anytime.
country.
Now,
So
this
one
is a
night
fundraising
I
event, so we got a
bowled 10
wager
pin,
going
next
on
night
here. Now I know
Candlepin.
money's tight sometimes.
Back-to-back nights. My daughter.
So what's the
bowled on
what's the
beach on
what's the
St.
wager here first of all?
$20 bill would be good.
Absolutely, $20.
I think 25 for Dan.
Okay, I'll do that. That's
Just
fine.
won the ACST. So if you lose $25, if you lose $20, how about 5 boxes?
Perfect.
I'm all for it.
Okay, good luck. Let's go back to Mike Moore with Hall of Famer Craig Holbrook.
Indeed, it's all about the Hall of Famers today here at Bowl-O-Rama in Portsmouth. Craig Holbrook is here. He had the first, I guess, little mini match with Tommy Olsta. Of course, one of the most watched YouTube videos is the game that you didn't end up prevailing, but what an exciting was where Tommy struck out. And so you got to bowl with him again today. Does he still have it?
Oh, yeah, he does. It's always good to see him. And I get that all the time, like, oh, my God, do you feel bad that you lost that way? And I was like, come on, really? Seriously? To the greatest bowler of all time, and he did the greatest, last 3 balls of all time, in my face? That's fine. I'm really good with it.
So you were sharing a story about the shows, of course, for Channel 5 were pre-taped weeks before they actually were shown, and you had an interesting episode when you were at a bar one day having lunch, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, this is a classic one. I'm working for Coca-Cola. My family at the time does not have a VCR, so there's no way to tape the show. So I have to try to see it so I can see myself bowl. So obviously I take a break during lunch. I head into a bar. I get a soda and a burger. I'm watching the show for like a half an hour, and the bartender comes up to me and he says, "Hey, the lefty's doing really well." And I said, "Yeah, he is doing pretty well. He looks good, right?" And throughout the whole thing, I never told him that it was me. And he never put 2 and 2 together, obviously, because he thought it was a live broadcast. So how could I be there and how could I be here at the same time? So I just, paid my bill, gave him a tip, and walked away, and that was the end of that.
As a lifelong, well, I think as long as I've known you, you've worked for Coca-Cola and marketing. I love your shirt. On the back it says, "Things go better with Craig Holbrook." Brilliant.
In team events, that's a classic thing. Everyone loves that shirt. Yeah.
And you have it on here today. All right, so Al Johnson, the big organizer behind all this, you've certainly bowled against him, but the first time you bowled with him on TV, it wasn't the Al Johnson you thought it was going to be.
Oh, okay. So here we go. I win my 2 shows, and they usually tape 3 in a day, but then there's a 2-week interruption before you do the next taping. So the roll-off had already been completed. So Al Johnson from Western Mass, even though Don Gillis didn't tell me the town he was from, was going to be my next opponent. So I'm like, okay, this is great. I have an Al Johnson that I bowl with on Tuesday nights in the Hanover League, and he's like 107, 108. I mean, he's capable, but I'm thinking, wow, he won a roll-off? I can't wait to bowl him on Channel 5. So we get to the day of the taping, and the real Al Johnson over there steps in, and he's warming up, and he literally throws 13, 14 boxes of nothing, no marks, nothing. So I'm thinking to myself, who is this guy? You know, I'm gonna handle him easily. Until the lights went on, and the real Al Johnson stepped up, and he beat me like 381 to 367. But it was a battle, and it was nice to meet, you know, the real Al Johnson we know today.
Yeah, the great thing about talking to you is you have such great recall of really funny stories. Every time I talk to you, for whatever reason, you've got more great stories. And I see you regaling the people at the table behind us here.
Oh, yeah, there's almost a story with every person you meet, you know what I mean? I mean, not all of them are funny, some of them are tragic, but even the tragedies sometimes you can laugh at. You know, some of the losses. People do remember their losses. That is amazing, but yeah.
So what's it like being here with all these people you haven't seen in ages, like Jackie Ray? I mean, when's the last time you saw him?
Oh, it's a long time. Oh,
Don Richmond.
I get to see Richmond a while because, yeah, he's on the South Shore with me, so, yeah. But it's great to see all these people. Even Mary Ann Kelly, who was very good in her day. Oh, my God. Yeah, Steve Vadney and Mike Poulin. I did a lot of Mike Poulin doubles. We won a lot of state tournaments together.
How many lefty doubles teams were there?
Oh, I know. Probably not very many. No, that was always fun to do. Yeah.
So are we going to see you at the Hall of Fame banquet? Do you think you're going to come?
Absolutely. I got my tickets because I filled out the form for Joanne.
Oh.
So I get 2 free tickets.
Oh, I was hoping she'd be here today.
I know, me too. I would have been willing to give her a ride up here if she needed it, but I think she had a prior commitment, so.
Well, we could joke and say, well, she's still getting ready, but that wouldn't be nice.
Oh. She'd be getting here right about now, probably. Yeah.
Craig, it's always fun to talk to you. It's great to watch you bowl. I'm glad you're still performing at such a high level because we're not getting any younger, but you're probably going to be hard on yourself, but, you know, you look like you still have it.
Yeah, sometimes I amaze myself. Like, okay, if I bowl 10 times, 5 of them are good, 4 of them are like, oh, my God, Craig, what are you doing? And then 1 of them will be fantastic. So I'll take the 1 out of 10. You know, I'm still good with that.
A good perspective on life. Well, then we'll see you in Wyndham at Castleton in a couple of months. Thanks, Craig.
All right, thank you. Thank you. Great to see you, too.
All right, buddy. Thank you. So there it is, the great Craig Holbrook, and I see that we have Steve Reno warming up on lane 9. And and I don't know his name, the young man who has a nice big trophy from the Amateur Candlepin Tour. And I'm so glad that tournament club returned. It's in a little different format now than it once was. But it has taken a lot of bowlers who've actually moved on from the ACT, at least when I was bowling it in the 80s and 90s, and have then gone on to the WCBC. Not a lot of them did super well, but it is kind of a sort of a farm system for working your way up to being on the Pro Tour. All right, Paul Grant, back to you, my friend.
Hey, Steve, I got a bone to pick with. I got a bone to pick. You just cost Candlepins Cancer $15 because you lost. You're only giving $10. He was giving $25.
I'm giving 20.
We still lost $5 then.
He lost $5.
I'll still put in 20 bucks. I'll put in 20 bucks.
That's
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Any predictions for the Class A Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour this season?
Yeah, Justin Waters.
You heard that, Justin Waters.
That's a very good pick. Timmy Douglas.
A 3-letter word.
I'll go with Timmy Douglas.
Or the Tornado.
I love him.
Great guy.
I love both those guys.
Easter Classic current champion. Now, do you have a 3-letter word for being in the Hall of Fame?
Oh, wow.
Okay, Dan Esdale, 3-letter word for the ACST Class B.
Wow.
Okay, you heard it. All right, now next we're going to have Brenda LaMagdalene and Tom Ulster. We'll go back to Mike Morin for now.
We got a lot of really great bowlers here today, the least of which is certainly not Al Johnson. And your name comes up in some of the stories I've heard, especially from, you heard the story from Craig Holbrook a few minutes ago. I'm going to guess about the Al Johnson match. Did he tell that story while he was back there?
Yeah, he did.
He thought he was going to bowl some 107 egg and hammer from his league.
And the guy was named Al Johnson. So he walked in, he's like, yeah, I got this guy. But he, I actually was usually going in there because Charlie Juice just told me that he thought I was bowling Peter Flynn. So when I got there, I'm like, okay, I don't know him. I'm going to walk up and say, hi, I'm Al Johnson or whatever. And because I was new. It was my first match ever on Channel 5. Very first match, so I'm nervous. But I said, well, it's Peter Flynn. I'm bowling Peter Flynn. And then I look up and his name is Craig Holbrook. I'm like, whoa, I don't know who I'm bowling. But it was fun. And me and Craig have had some matches. He's a way better bowler than me. And he's an excellent gentleman for this game, Craig Holbrook. I mean, big time. And that's what the game needs. I got to brag about the game a little bit, if you don't mind. You brag about it in books, so you're the perfect guy to talk to. But we're trying to bring the game back to some competitiveness. Hall of Famers can help with that. That's what this is for. Get it all out there to the kids. Get us hopefully some. I don't know if they'll be bowling Candlepins in the Bronx where we have things now, but you never know. They might move here. But I love this game. This game is a great game for every age, and that's the thing. You could be 80 and bowl this.
Well, Phil Clough just had a hell of a King of the Hill run of 5 games last night, probably averaging about 130. I don't know if you heard about that.
No, but Phil Clough is an alien, and you can tell him because I've been bowling him since I was like 18, for Christ's sake, and he hasn't looked different.
And he was 50 then.
Yeah, he was an unbelievable guy. The only one with Phil Clough was I didn't know who he was, and he threw it was a Channel 5 roll-off, and he threw a 730 something. And how I got to meet him was afterwards when he swore at me because I threw a 740 something right after that, and I beat him. But that's how we become friends, and that's how the game works, and that's how this game is. It's just a lot of friends. You get to meet people you never meet, and I got to go over there.
All right, you go. We can continue. Good job today, man. Nice crowd.
It's nice.
Yeah, of course. All right, Candlepins for Cancer, and that's the guy that really has organized all this and got Paul involved and got Greg involved, our producer. Are you having fun today, Greg?
I'm having a great time. We got a lot of scurrying camera shots here, but it's been such a treat to hear everyone and coming from all over the country to be here today as well.
Yeah, you probably didn't know some of these bowlers or some of their stories as you've heard them, the people that I've been able to talk to, because I'm a lot older than you and actually covered a lot of these people in the moment.
Yeah, but it's great to hear from them. It's also great to be here at Bowl-O-Rama, Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Thank you to Hall of Famer Bart Medeiros, of course, for having us along right here. Right now, the Hall of Famers are having a group photo done right now, so we're here filibustering at the current moment.
Oh, we can handle that.
Absolutely.
Well, there's just a few more people that we need to chat with for sure.
Yeah, you were about to, was that Marianne Kelly you were about to flag down as well? I know both Kellys are in the house.
Yes, they are. And I think Marianne Kelly would be a very good person to chat with, of course, before she leaves for parts unknown, a.k.a. the Villages in Florida.
Yes.
You're much too young to probably have ever even heard of that. Do you know what the Villages is?
Villages, let me guess, condo complex? No?
Yeah, but it's a community of about 100,000 people, and they're all like over 65. It's a senior community, and it's very self-contained. It's got its own city hall, several zip codes, their own bowling centers. It's all self-contained, and it's the place to go, and that's where she and Bob are moving to.
Though the Rivas, including Madison, of course, Madison Kelly, now Madison Riva, might get a jump start in that Florida excursion themselves. So
yeah, they're building a house.
Yeah,
it should be ready in a few months. And there's Bob Kelly into the Hall of Fame. Let's get Bob Kelly over here. All righty, I'm here with Bob Kelly, who will be inducted into the Candlepin Bowling Hall of Fame on October 18th at the Castleton in Windham, New Hampshire. We're just going through Bob's phone. You're heading off to Florida. I was mentioning that to Greg, our producer, to I believe the Villages, right? Is that where you're going?
That's the place.
That's the place. And as we speak, there are people going through your home in Stoneham deciding how much they want to give you for it.
Yeah, well, I hope there's nothing to steal, so I don't care.
Yeah, I heard that you guys had to sleep on mattresses on the floor last night. Is that true?
But we still have our furniture, but everybody else's furniture is gone. So ours will be gone the 1st of September. But
Well, I mean, this is a house you've had for 38 years old. You brought your kids up there. Has to be bittersweet. I mean, it's exciting to move, but then there's part of your heart tugs at you, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, my good friend of mine's been down there for 10 years. He got us into the life down there, so we went down there every year to visit him, and then she always goes out looking at houses. So she got the fever, and the realtor down there gave us a virtual tour, and she said, "Which house do you want to get?" So we got the house that was like 6 months old, so we bought that one, and that's it. That's where we're going.
Good, and with what you hopefully will get out of your house, you won't have a mortgage.
Yeah, I hope so. Well,
and I see that Maddie and Evan, the newlyweds, are not going to be too far away.
no, there'll be a couple of years. They bought the house will be done in November, and they're going to rent it out for a few years to get some collateral and make some money to make their way down there in a couple of years. So they're going to be staying up in Maine for a couple of years, and they'll make the move later on.
So what's it like seeing your old pals here today? People you probably thought you'd never see again.
There's a bunch of goats out here. I mean, Tommy Olster, Janet, Nancy Vesto, Janet Park, Peter Flynn, Jackie Ray. I was very fortunate to bowl at the time that I was able to bowl in, because there's just so many great bowlers back in those days.
A lot of them, when I was researching my book, told me that you were often the guy that kind of kept people loose during the Worlds and other situations. Did you kind of feel that was your role, or you're just a natural crazy man?
I was the enforcer. I mean, I kept everybody in the game. I said, no drinking while we're bowling. You drink all you want after we're done bowling. You have to be, set. You have to be ready to bowl. And that's how we won so many titles, just because that's the way we bowled.
What does it mean to you to be inducted into the Candlepin Bowling Hall of Fame with all these great people?
It wasn't the furthest thing from my mind, but I'm thinking about how many times I've been on TV and world titles and bowling with Peter Flynn on Channel 5. I mean, I was very fortunate growing up bowling when I did. But I'm very excited about going in the Hall of Fame. My wife's already in there. I'm sure Madison will be in there in a couple of years after she gets out of bowling, because right now, I mean, she's just at the top of her game. I'm so proud of her the way she's bowling right now.
And a great person. I know that means a lot as well. But to watch your daughter take something that you had so much passion about with your wife, Marianne, you just probably have to pinch yourself watching her win tournament after tournament.
Yeah, well, she's come a long way. She came out of the junior leagues back in the day, and she started losing a lot of tournaments because she started bowling older women, and she wasn't ready for that. I said, Madison, you never quit. You just keep at it. You take your lumps, and you move on to the next tournament, and the last year and a half, she's just been unbelievable.
So when did she start bowling with the adult women?
Right after high school.
Because I remember talking about another great lefty, Jonathan Boudreau, told me he was kind of in that situation too when Peter Flynn was coaching him, and I'm not sure that Peter advised him to do that, but I guess you get your mindset on something and you do it.
Yeah, if you love bowling the way she does. I mean, she had Bart as a coach right through high school. I mean, he kept her straight and narrow, and after that she went on her own and figured it out, and learned how not to get mad anymore. So, I mean, now she's bowling with such confidence. She's shaking hands with everybody. She's hugging everybody. She's having fun with the game, and I think that's what's helping her a lot right now.
How much do you miss the game, or you realize that your better days are past you, but there still must be something occasionally that tugs at you?
I don't miss it that much. I bowled probably 20 years competitively. It was just time to walk away from the game. I had my fill, chasing roll-offs, bowling the best bowlers in the world, trying to get on TV. I mean, it was a struggle, but I didn't quit. Like I tell Madison, Kellys don't quit, and that's what I keep putting in her head. So.
Well, she's listening, Dad. So I'll see you on October 18th for your induction.
21st.
Oh, it's the 21st. Thank you. I'd have gotten there 3 days early.
Yeah, we'd be out there eating the Burger King for the 3 days we were over there.
Good to see you, Bob.
All right, thank you, Mike.
All right, let's head back to the lanes. Paul Grant is standing by. And he's got three of the big stars in the game. Paul Grant, it's yours.
Okay, Tom Olster, you picked on Brenda LeMagdalene, I guess, huh? And you thought she had to give you pins?
Yes, I want pins. I'm a senior citizen now.
You still bowl like a teenager.
I just happened to bowl good those boxes against her. That was it.
All right, come on down here for the presentation, the world titles next. We're going to have world titles presentation. Anybody that's won a world title? Okay, anybody come on down that's won a world title or individual world title, come on down to 9 and 10. Al Johnson, come on down. Al Johnson, Steve Adney, come on down. All right, go back to Mike Morin.
Okay, well, I was just getting dressed and you threw it back to me. That's okay. Bob Moran, do you have to go up for that photo? Because I want to. All right, I think Bob wants to take a couple photos. You go ahead, take some photos, and then I want to chat with you. Let's see who else. Yes.
Okay, with Nick Norcross, who won the 2018 and 2022 world title. Come on down, Mike Morin. We got a special presentation for all the people that have won a world title or individual title. Nick Norcross, talk about your 2 titles with Mike Morin.
The first one, it was a battle. We got the bye, and we bowled against 2 good teams in the semis and the finals. And then when the 2022, it was basically the same thing. It was a grind. We didn't get the bye, though. And, we just had good momentum, good team chemistry throughout the whole way. And, we squeaked out another one, and I hope we can do it again.
I'm thinking ahead because you're way too young to be in the Hall of Fame. I'm wondering how the statistics will be. There's no Channel 5s, no Channel 50s, no Channel 3, none of that anymore. So we've got kind of a new standard to select people like yourself. I mean, people are already mentioning your name, which I'm sure you don't want to hear that, but there are a lot of young bowlers that certainly show the kind of poise and potential. So how do you think that's going to move ahead in the future as far as what we use for the baseline?
I mean, I would say it still comes down to like Pro Series stuff, like ladies internationals. Like they do a tournament up in Canada, their own thing. Even like this, where it's YouTube, it's stream, it's on television in different states. But I think it's going to come down to stats like that will be the future of what potentially gets you into the Hall of Fame eventually.
Well, I don't know if I'll live long enough, but I hope you make it. Great. It's always good to see you. Nice man.
Raise the trophy, and we'll get a picture in just a moment. For all the world winners, Nick Norcross, raise the trophy. Let's give it up for them. Real high.
High like that? You can't see me.
Okay, get in the picture. Get the picture. And we'll get back to Greg Gouillart and Mike Morin.
So there we see it, Mike. Tom Olsta on the left and Nick Norcross on the right, as we see it with the international trophy. Of course, Nick Norcross, defending champion with Team Academy Lanes.
This is bowling's answer to the Stanley Cup, I guess. Who's going to skate it around the ice? That's what I want to know. It's been just one terrific day. I keep asking you this, but I sense that this is a special day for you because you get to be in the presence of all these people.
Well, lucky us and all the bowlers who showed up today to be in the presence of them. And, of course, in modern-day champions as well. Nick Norcross, let's see who else. Corey Packard, Jeremy Seaholm, Justin Waters, and Danny Harris were the 5 bowlers on the Team Academy Lanes winning bowlers. But if we're going to grow a game now, we got to honor the past, and this is a wonderful way to do it. And speaking of wonderful, here's Bob Whitcomb with Mike Morin.
Oh, yes.
One of my favorite guys right here.
Oh, you are the man. You're the Vegas man, aren't you?
Absolutely.
All right.
I've been going for the last 4 or 5 years.
Well, I mean, it was not a good place to go. I'm sorry. Peter Flynn afterwards? Okay, great. We'll talk to Bobby Whitcomb first. Yeah, you and I would have conversations occasionally about going there when you would come up to Alita Lanes.
Absolutely.
And as I said to you earlier, I was surprised to hear that you made the Hall of Fame, not because of your bowling, but because I thought you were too young. And you fooled me. Of course, I was doing the shows and you were in your 30s, and I guess I still thought you were still in your 30s.
Must be all that good living I'm having.
Yeah, you're doing, and you're still very active in the game, right?
I'm still try at least, yes. I still can compete. I still want to compete, and I enjoy the game, and I still want to help the younger guys out and keep our great game going as long as possible.
Well, who helped you out when you were at that point?
Guys like, Craig, Holbrook, when, we're both younger, Hugh Ferguson, Mike Kucha, a lot of good bowlers back then.
Sadly, a lot of those aren't with us any longer.
Yeah, Huey and Mike had both passed away within the last 4 or 5 years. And, they really helped me when I was younger, give me confidence, said, hey, you can do this, kid, don't worry about it, blah, 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 if you have a bad day. So they were great to look up to.
But it seems like your demeanor is pretty good out there, even if you're not happy with what's happening.
Yeah, absolutely. I still have my little occasional, once-a-year meltdowns, but I'm usually pretty good about it now. So I've gotten older now. I kind of let it rub off it's like water. Just let it rub off and move on to the next thing. But
What's it mean to get into the Hall of Fame with all these stars who have been in there already?
I just think it's outstanding because I remember, my dad used to take me in the late 70s and just watching all these guys now, like Tommy and, Peter Flynn and Craig and all these guys and, Steve Adney. I used to watch all these guys bowl on TV. Now to be, inducted with them, it's a great honor, and I'm very thrilled to be here and just be a part of this. It's awesome.
Well, you mentioned Peter Flynn and Craig Holbrook. I think you're the first right-handed bowler I've interviewed in about an hour and a half.
I know a lot of lefties here, so it's fun to get you back on the right side of the tracks here.
Well, be careful because we're going to bring in the guy we were just talking about.
One of the best in the world, right there. One of the best bowlers in the world, Peter Flynn.
He is indeed. Bobby Whitcomb, I will see you on the 21st,
much,
I think, right?
I'll be there.
All
Sounds
right.
great. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you. Congratulations, Peter Flynn.
Mike, how you doing?
I am doing good. Are you having fun today?
Absolutely, yes. It's fun to make fun of all the guys and make fun of yourself. It's just a lot of fun.
It's like the olden days, except it really means it now.
Yeah. No, you didn't talk in the old days. You didn't talk much unless they were teammates. Then it was funny.
But I mean, I've really enjoyed watching you and Craig Holbrook and all the others just sharing stories, because it's stories you probably haven't thought about until you see the guy.
Well, stories you wouldn't tell the guys on the other team. They were funny with your guys on your team, but you didn't tell the other guys that stuff. But yeah, now everybody it's fun. It's a lot of fun. It really is. I love it.
So you were working here for a while at Bowl-O-Rama. Do you still do any work up here at all?
In Portsmouth?
Here, yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, my best friend owns a bowling alley.
Bart, right?
And every once in a while he calls me up and says, "Can you do this for me? Can you do that for me?" Yeah, of course I will. So I come up here. Well, I don't really work here. I do some work on the machines in the summertime for them, that's all.
So what's it mean to be in the Hall of Fame to you?
What's that?
What's it like to be in the Hall of Fame?
Oh, that's what you want to be. That's what you do for. When you make it in there, it's like, here I am. Your career might be all over, which mine is, but I loved it. I wouldn't change a minute of it.
I was talking to Bob Kelly, another dominant lefty from your era, and he was saying how Mattis.
He was my partner, man.
That means the same, I think. But he was saying how his daughter, Maddie, started bowling with older women, perhaps earlier than she should have, and he talked a little bit about that. And I think Jonathan Boudreau told me a similar story, that he wanted to go off and bowl in the pro leagues or with the older guys, and I think you tried to talk him out of it. Do I remember that story right?
I thought maybe it would be better. Some people it's not. I know myself, as soon as I was 16, I was born at the end of August, and the season starts Labor Day. So I was just barely over 16 when I started, and I thought it might be a good idea for him personally to wait a little bit, but, I did not. I did not, so.
I think we have to go back to the lanes, right?
Okay. You can talk to Peter Flynn if you want to finish up with Peter Flynn real quick.
Yeah, it'll just take another minute or so.
What a good idea. It looks better on them anyway.
One other thing that's worth mentioning, during your career, you had a brain aneurysm, a cerebral hemorrhage, and it was just a shock to everybody because you were a pretty young guy at the time. But you fought back, as not everybody is as blessed as you were to come back and be okay.
It's unquestionably the strangest thing I went through, Mike. I fell asleep, and it happened after I fell asleep. I woke up, I thought it was the next day, and they told me it was 19 days later. I thought it was the next day. In my life, I felt like I just lost 19 days, just like that. It was strange, really strange at first, but you know, you deal with it.
And how did it affect your bowling? I mean, in the long run, did you get?
It didn't affect my bowling that much in the long run. I don't think. I was, you know, when I came back, I bowled for a while, and then I started getting older like everybody else, you know, and it just, now I'm out. I bowl 1 league a week just to have fun. I do.
It's about fun, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is now. Yeah, it is.
So good to see you, Peter Flynn. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. I appreciate the time. Thank you.
Have fun. See you at the Hall of Fame ceremony, I hope.
Yes, sir. I will
good.
be there.
All right, you heard it.
God willing, I'll be there.
Peter Flynn said he will be there. And I guess all day I've been giving the wrong date. It's the 21st, right? The Hall of Fame?
Oh, you're asking the wrong guy.
Okay. I'll check my calendar. I kept saying the 18th, but I think it's the 21st. All right, back to you, Paul Grant.
Okay, thanks, Peter Flynn, Mike Morin, Greg Gouillart, and Candlepin Bowling Network 2023 Hall of Fame exhibition. And now it's the big battle of the duos here. We have Craig Holbrook, Bob Wickham teaming up 1 box at a time, a 1-string match against Al Johnson, incoming class, and Tom Ulster. Tom, more money on the line. What's the wager now for the losing team?
$50
each?
No.
$50 for the losing team, okay? All right. It's $50 for the losing team, okay?
That's fine, I guess.
100 for Craig?
I think this is unfair, by the way. If you go back to the old Channel 5 shows, I lost to both of those guys. So I'm at a disadvantage here.
Now, what's your record against Tom Ulster?
0-1.
What, against Alice, 0-2?
0-1.
And so you joined him. So you joined him in the Ladies versus Legends match, right? You couldn't beat him. You joined him, right?
That's right. And we won that one. So.
Craig said to us, he's 0-2 against us. I just looked at Craig. He's an old teammate. I said, that's your problem. You know, that's Craig.
He has 0-1 on his license plate. It's kind of weird.
How did it feel being Craig on Channel 5?
I didn't even know who he was then. Sorry, buddy. I didn't know he was this big ball.
Hey, Bob, you as much a trash talker as Tom is and Al Johnson?
Oh, yeah. Bring it.
All right, so 1-string match, full coverage here on Candlepin Bowling Network. Mike Morin and myself on the play-by-play. Here we go. 1 box at a time, 10-pin style.
All right, so
Hi,
Mr.
Mike.
Grant, I've been busy talking to the world here. Bring me up to date on what we're about to
All
see.
right, so we're going to do a 1-string match, doubles match. You're going to do 1 box at a time because Tom can't handle more than 1 box at a time at his age. So we're going to do 1 at a time. They fill their mark if they get a spare a strike. $50 for the losing team to Candlepins for Cancer. Donations are encouraged via Venmo, Candlepins #4, cancer.com.
This is going to be fun. So we're going to give you a full match to
Johnson,
watch now.
Tom Ulster against Bob Wickham and Craig Holbrook. This will be a dandy. Al Johnson on the nose, a banana split. 4-7 left, 6-10 right. I could use one right now. Not my weight, but they taste so good, don't they, Mike?
Oh, yes, they do.
Bob Wickham has a 6 right, 7 left. Let's go to Mike Morin with the play-by-play.
All right. Al Johnson just chops off one of the pins on the right-hand side while Bobby Whitcomb will see if he can use that wood, spray him around, and pick up the 6-7 split. Perhaps just a little bit too far to the left. Al Johnson going to go right through the uprights for extra field goal. His partner, Tommy Ulster, giving him the high five here. Lots of laughs and all for fun.
Hey, Al, what's up with his 7 boxes?
Well, every time I bowl against him, I throw a 7. I actually do.
I think he's in your head.
Oh, he's always been in my head.
Why did he put you on his team then?
Because he feels bad for me.
See, so in other words, you're a charity case.
I'm always a charity case. I lost a match with a 7 box against him.
So 9-7 right now. 9-7. Yeah, oh, it's on the lanes. Okay. If you can up there. On the scoreboard if you can. All right, so we're going to put the score on the screen first. A slight delay. Hey, Tom Ulster. Excuse me. Tom Ulster, why'd you pick Al Johnson being your team if you get 7 boxes all the time?
Why not? I'm just afraid with what I said earlier to Craig, because we bowl so much. I woke up a sleeping giant today, because he's laughing and he wants a piece of me really bad right now. I think I'm in trouble.
I got a better wager. How about if Craig Holbrook loses, he donates $1,000 to women's doubles, $500 to women's doubles event.
Hey, that's all right with me. I got nothing to lose, right, Craig?
All right, Bart Medeiros, reluctant to go on the picture here, the show, but very humble guy. President's Cup winner, runs Bowl-O-Rama in Portsmouth. Great place to bowl. Fall leagues are forming here at Bowl-O-Rama, Portsmouth, on Lafayette Road.
We're getting bumpers.
Craig, any truth to the rumor if you're losing the last 2 boxes, you can use bumper guards?
I can use the bumper. I've done it before.
Are you better with bumpers?
At shooting the corner pins, yeah, the 7 and 10. I'm locked in on the bumpers.
Okay, just wait for the scoreboard to get updated here. A 1-string match. 4 Giants in the game. Go back to Mike Morin.
All right, so we've got just a little break in the action here as lanes 9 and 10 had a hiccup, an electronic hiccup or something. So we are redoing the electronic scoreboard, and then I'm going to guess that the machines can be started. Bart Medeiros, owner with his wife, Mary Lynn Medeiros, here, and he's working the computer and getting everything going once again. Craig Holbrook is up on lane 9, but I think both bowlers.
So we're not going to count that. We're not going to count that first box.
All right,
so
that
Al
was
Johnson
practice.
gets a reprieve.
All right,
We're
I've been
not
told
gonna
that we're
count the
going to
7
start
box.
over
We're gonna
again.
start fresh. So maybe you'll
And
get a 6 box.
It
instead.
wasn't a good first frame anyway for the bowlers, so I'm sure nobody's unhappy about that. Okay, thank you, Bart Medeiros. All right, score has been reset. We're just waiting for the pins to be reset. Tommy Osta, Al Johnson, Craig Holbrook, and Bobby Whitcomb on the left lane right now.
Craig Holbrook and Bob Whitcomb, $50 to Candlepins for Cancer for the losing team. 100 if Al loses. Again, get your 50-50 raffle tickets. Also, there's some prizes on the table also going to raffle off as well. And of course, your last shirt to help support Candlepins for Cancer. Thank you.
Yeah. So now we're discussing if it's going to be 1 box at a time instead of 5. A little easier for the aging bowlers. So we have 2 Hall of Famers to be and 2 current Hall of Famers, 1 on each side. And we're taking more time to figure out the format.
It's going to be 1 box at a time.
Right.
We're having too much fun.
Bart had it set for 5, but he's resetting it for 1.
Tommy's getting old. Let's get this thing going. He's got to go to bed.
Waiting for Bob to fix the scoreboard.
Bedtime for me, you know.
Bedtime magic, 106.7. David Alaba
Yeah.
Show, 106.7.
The trash talking has, well, it's been going on all day, actually.
All in good fun, right?
It's what these guys do when they're all together.
Great to work with your partner again.
Thank you.
Great to see Dick Lutzke, too.
Yeah, he showed up, and hopefully he's going to come to the Hall of Fame ceremony as well.
And I put you on the spot at that money match, so my apologies.
Oh, well, you know what?
Anything to help the cause.
Now it means I got to just get out and start practicing a little bit.
All right, wait for the scoreboard to be reset. We're going to start this 2-on-2 match, 1-string match on Candlepin Bowling Network. Let's bring in Greg Gouillart.
Thanks, Paul. So it looks as though the bowlers are going to go 1 box at a time. So it'll be Scotch doubles 1 box at a time, which will be a little different, but I'm always down for new things.
All right, we're getting the explanation from Bart now. So they have to switch lanes, right?
I think
After
so.
each
We're trying
box,
to find out the
instead of
format,
doing, all the whole game on their lane, or switching after 5.
I think Tommy can't take 2 boxes at a time anymore. That's why they're doing 1 at a time. All kidding aside. This is great for the sport today. This has been awesome.
Oh, it's been terrific, and the bowlers love it. The pros that are here today.
Yeah, even Nick Norcross, Scott Lapierre, Josh Shilley, Destroyer, Nick Norcross again. So many other ones here today.
You talked to all the Hall of Famers yet? Do you know all lined up yet?
Pretty much talked to most. There's only a couple people I haven't spoken with.
Did you talk to Brenda LaMagdalene yet?
I have not. And I was going to speak with her, hopefully.
I'll be right back.
All right. Here we
Let's
go.
get underway, actually. Al Johnson on lane 10, 1-8-10, one string match, one box at a time. Bob Whitcomb, I call it parallel time, like Dark Shadows.
No wood.
5-9, 6-10, 7 left. Johnson for a spare. 8-10.
They look better than that.
Tom
didn't it?
Ulster would have made that shot, Al. Bob the 5-7 spill. Give the call to Mike Morin after this box. And Al Johnson, nice 10.
Wow.
Bob Wickham at 9 and 1 pin lead.
Always the show off.
$50 in the line for the losing team for Candlepins for Cancer, a 501c3 charity. Candlepin Bowlers helping Candlepin Bowlers going through cancer treatments. Over $38,000 paid out to families and their relatives going through cancer treatments. That is awesome.
The brainchild of Alfie Johnson.
All right, Mike Moore with the play-by-play.
All right, Tommy Ulster on lane 10. I haven't actually been able to call an Ulster frame in quite a while, not since Channel 50 Stars and Strikes days, over 20 years ago when he was on. And Craig Holbrook, we just chatted with him a few minutes ago. He'll leave the 4 horsemen and the 8-pin in the back row. Tommy has a clean shot at the 2-4. Didn't miss it by much, but he did miss it.
Kevin Burns keeping score for us.
And we have the scoreboard for people here at the lanes to have a look at. And put the ball same place he did just a moment ago. So it's going to be 10-9.
I just like Kevin Burns' goal. They got the computer scoreboard up now. Great job, Kevin Burns, helping out all day.
He of Candlepin Chat fame.
Yep. So 19 apiece.
And so what are the stakes here?
$50. I teased Craig Holbrook, the women's doubles race, got a sponsor. He loses. I've been on his case for 2 years. Hasn't worked yet. But one of these days I'll wear him down. We'll see.
Wait, where's Greg to tell the story of the half Worcester? No, never mind. Just kidding. Well, Al takes a pretty nice 8 on that. And a good try. This is not a tough shot for a guy like Al Johnson. As you can see, 2 outstanding split shots in a row.
You are a fortune teller, Mike.
Well, I don't know about that.
It must be the Sky Bar I gave you today.
I know. Somebody took it from me. I don't think I had it yet.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
we got a Sky Bar thief.
It's melting in my pocket.
I've done
Damn.
it before.
Yeah.
Looks like diarrhea when you open it up.
I love what's on the back of Craig's shirt. It's Coke on the front and it says, "Things go better with Craig Holbrook."
That's awesome.
Pretty darn close to a strike, leaving lots of wood in front of the 10-pin. He'll have no choice but to play it, of course. Tommy Ulster throws a pretty good ball, but he also has a little bit of help there, better than having nothing with the parallel wood.
You're a 10-pin for the W.O.N fans in New York. You were a 10-pin bowler from Michigan?
I was, yeah. Wasn't my fault. Don't blame me. Don't judge me, folks. That's where I grew up. How many? There was 3 pieces of wood, I think, there.
Yep.
Oh, no.
And Craig is stuck in parallel time like Dark Shadows.
Yeah, Mike Poulin, he's supposed to ask you, the coach.
I know.
Yeah, he makes the shots when you coach him. What's going on? I think you're fired.
I didn't tell him that one.
Well, we've got a 4-pin match right now.
Hey, Tom Ulster, you're supposed to go to Mike Poulin for coach. You're 2 for 2.
A 2 for 2, yep.
No, you didn't do it. You didn't get his advice that time.
Can I go to the bullpen? Hey, Lefty, come on in.
So it's a 5-pin lead for Team Alfie over Team
The women's
Whitcomb.
double event of rooting for Al Johnson and Tom Ulster.
Well, not a great ball, but he leaves a lot of wood that he can work with.
Hey, that's no good. That's no good, Bob. Illegal block in the back.
Strike from Hall of Famer to be Bob Whitcomb. He act like an entitled bowler there.
He stinks, huh?
We didn't realize we have a coaching Hall of Fame member here, Mike.
Alfie almost ran down
Poulin.
and knocked over that pin himself.
Yeah, I saw that. All right, well, he's got a perfect game going.
51-47.
I think.
Mike Morin, Greg Gouillart on Candlepin Bowling Network. Candlepins for Cancer Hall of Fame 2023 exhibition from Bowl-O-Rama in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Beautiful 22-lane facility, arcades, great bar, great people working here. Bowl-O-Rama, Portsmouth, New Hampshire.
All right, Coach, what's he got to do here?
Pray.
Okay, there you go. The one-word answer from Mike Poulin, pray. And Craig Holbrook not doing much better. Going to the left. Oh! Thought that piece of wood was going to take it out. It was too far behind and went into the pit. Holbrook looking for a spare here. The 1-3-8-10. Tough crowd here today, Paul.
All in good fun, of course. Like the lemon drops, a fun way to help a great cause.
Indeed, that's a 9.
All right, so 4 blocks to go. 66-62. Wickham and Holbrook have a 4-pin lead. One string match, $50 to the team that loses to donate to Candlepins for Cancer. So the charity wins if they lose.
Exactly.
Now, if there's a tie, we do a 2-box roll-off each, I guess, right? And
Make
Al Johnson loves 2-box roll-offs during a tie. He might throw a 7 or a 6. Wickham half Worcester right.
Well, that's his second half Worcester for Bobby Whitcomb.
Al Johnson goes left, 1-3-7.
Al's getting
9.
some really good pinfall with some of these balls he's throwing.
It's a pretty good house here for speed.
Oh, yeah.
Wickham almost. He's up to 4. 2023 Hall of Fame inductee Bob Wickham from Pembroke, Mass.
I'm going to withdraw his application. He didn't make that.
Al Johnson missed it left. Wickham gets to 10. They have the lead, 74. Make it 75. Al Johnson, 8.
Correcting the scoreboard.
So it's 75-70. 3 boxes to go on this one-string match on Candlepin Bowling Network. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Never a charge, always free. Candlepin Bowling Network in high definition on YouTube. Holbrook strike.
Craig gets a strike.
Ulster
First strike
back,
we've had.
steals 8. 1 in the 7. Gonna need a mark, maybe 2. 85 plus 2 for Wickham and Holbrook. Ulster for a spare. No, in the middle.
Not happy with that one, I'm sure. Piece of wood between the 1 and the 7 wasn't touching anything.
8 box and 2 box to go.
Yeah.
85-78, 7-pin lead. Bob Wickham can put it in double digits. Craig's predicting a double strike. If he's wrong, an extra donation to Candlepins for Cancer. What a bunch of fun guys. They're a bunch of fun, these guys. Al Johnson on the crossover. 6. 3-5-7-10. Wood to help. Wickham on the strike. He gets 8, has the 2-4. Missed right. They're going to need a mark in the 10th. Maybe a double. Wickham off the wall. No. But 9 in the strike. Al Johnson 9. 87 through 9. Bob Wick gets to 10. 103. 87. Tom Ulster needs a double strike. Hold on a second. Tom Ulster. We're going back in time here. We're going back in time. You need a double strike to beat Craig Holbrook. Any used to doing that at all?
I press the button, they'll all go down.
Craig, you having nightmares right now?
I'm going to get the mark in the 9th box before the hand so I can shut him out so he can't get it.
Now you can't get it in the 9th.
So you need a double strike to beat him, or maybe a triple. All right.
Referencing a great match that took place that we've talked a little earlier today about. Yeah.
Holbrook and Wickham are going to win it. Craig is being sarcastic. Couldn't hear the strike sound.
The crowd sound made it appear it was a strike.
Drops down 9. Open. And they won't crack 100. Holbrook, spare. 114 to ball in the 10th. They win it. Ulster at 10, 97 with him and Al Johnson. We'll talk to the bowlers. Holbrook will finish up. Great crowd on hand, over 100 people here helping donate to Candlepins for Cancer. Thanks for Linda Sargent and her staff for helping out, running all the raffles and prize funds on the WOW shirts. Holbrook, spread eagle, 118.97. Let's talk to the bowlers. All right, guys, come over here. Great crowd on hand. Give them a great applause. Let's talk to the losers first. Tom, I asked you before. I'll ask you again. What were you thinking picking Al Johnson on your team?
Great bowler. Alfie was, like me and him, we were good bowlers. They're still good bowlers, though.
Do you want to do a rematch?
Yes.
Let's do a rematch. We're ready for a rematch? We'll do another one. Okay, now, guys, is it true that Bobby did Bobby bail you out, Craig?
Yeah, he did. No, you got to remember, we're still bowling, Bob and I. So, in a way, it wasn't really fair. Well, yeah, he is too. So,
The age difference for a handicap, we would have won that string.
he lives like 1,500 miles away from us now, so he can't bowl Candlepins
Now,
down there.
listen, look in the camera and tell the women's double event ladies that you won, so you can't donate now.
I will talk to Coca-Cola about this, and we'll see what happens.
We've had this talk many times before.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right.
It's in their area.
All right, a one-string rematch. Are we on? One-string rematch, double or nothing, right? All right, here we go. Yep. Another one-string match. Does Parker fix the scoreboard again?
Hey, do we need a lob line judge this time?
Yeah, how about, Aaron Fontaine will be the lob line judge and referee. All right, get him a chair. Ralph Stewart. All right, let's have Steve Reno Sr. talk to Mike Morin. And we'll start a match in just a moment. Guys, just a moment, we're going to fix the score. We're going to fix the scoreboard first. First, we're going to interview Steve Reno Sr. with Mike Morin first before we start.
What a great day, though, isn't it?
It's a fantastic day. Some of these guys that are here today mentored me when I was young. Tommy, I grew up with Tommy Ulster as one of my guys that I got to watch and admire and learn from, being that he was the manager of the Hippodrome lanes where my dad bowled. And my dad would take me down on Friday nights, and I remember Tommy rolling nearly 500 one night. He rolled 496 or so, which I think is the highest triple ever hit at the Hip lanes. So I was blessed to see that. And you just watch and you learn. We had really great bowlers at the Hippodrome lanes. Guys like Jerry Menard that was on the Pro Tour. Angie Dionato won a couple of state championships in doubles and teams. Bernie Duhamel, who's in the Hall of Fame, bowled the Friday Night Social League. There had to be, a half dozen, 6, 7, 8 guys that were 120-plus average bowlers that you could, wow, look at that guy go, look at that guy go. It was really great. And the leagues that we had at the Hip was so much fun. You can ask Tommy, he'll tell you the same thing. We had some great times at the Hip lanes. I'm hoping the owner of that Hip Lanes, Al LaBelle, will be at the banquet. I invited him to come to the celebration in October. So he's going to let me know if he can make it. So I'm really hoping we get to see AJ.
Yeah, he works in Wisconsin, I think, now for the Veterans Administration, right?
Correct. He's a wonderful man. He does a lot for the veterans. He's a real good guy, and he was a great owner too. He did a lot for us, taking us to the Crow Bowl and Stowe for the kids' state championships by bus. That was so much fun. I had some of our guys some of the men that coached us took us up here for the Northeast Classic in November. We used to come up here and bowl at the Bowl-O-Rama when that event had started. I don't know how many years it goes back, but I'm talking around 1980 or so when I came up, and those were special times. And the leagues, like I said, at the Hip were just the best. And those were great memories.
And now you join your father in the Candlepin Bowling Hall of Fame. Sweet, huh?
It is sweet. It's real sweet, Mike. I have a hard time talking about that because I get emotional.
Well, my job is to make you cry today. How am I doing?
You got it. You hit the spot right now, I wanted Dad to get in so badly. And the one little question mark on Dad's resume was he didn't make Channel 5. And even Don Gillis asked him that question.
Go ahead, finish your thought.
Even Don Gillis asked him that one time when Don was there at the state championship banquet. And he asked Dad, he says, I heard many good things about you. When am I going to see you? And Dad said, Don, it's really tough. He says, I've had about a dozen second-place finishes through the years, and, they only take one bowler. So it wasn't that he didn't try. He just didn't have the luck to get on 5.
But they could see that, though, in the nominating process, that wasn't just the deal breaker. Maybe it was for a few years.
It could have been, it could have been. But, you got to also remember the people that have been inducted before him are all deserving. And you can't take everybody. It's impossible. You have to come up with a list and go by, and go by that. And I was always very respectful of that.
I have to cut you off here because, I'm so glad you had a moment to do that. Are you ready to go? Okay.
I want to see this match go. Let's rock.
Steve Reno, I can't wait to see you on the 21st of October. Oh, my pleasure.
All right, what's the Vegas line here, Bob? Where come you guys can win it again?
Thank you.
Hey, we're going to make it hard on these guys. We're not messing around this time.
All right, Mr. 7-Box, you ready to go?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you're fine.
Right. Can you cover him?
Just like I covered him. Yeah, we threw 45.
Yeah, a whole 97.
That's not funny, Paul. Go away.
All right, go get him. All right, Craig. So you can say you beat Tom Ulster and Al Johnson.
Okay.
All right, try to do it. Let's try to do it again.
Okay.
The women are watching, by the way.
Try. What do you mean we're going to try?
The women's double event participants are watching.
Okay.
All right, let's go back to Mike Morin, the play-by-play.
Constantly. Yeah, of course. So we have, once again, this is a rematch that you just kind of thought of this, right?
Yep, of course. My mind's always thinking. That's why I can't sleep half the time. Mind's always thinking.
Yeah, you got an hour's sleep last night. Isn't that enough?
No, I fell asleep right away. I took a shower and ate, and I fell asleep. I was out like a light. The night before, I got 1 hour. I did 13 strings yesterday, called me and myself, Bob Lee. Ladies' 30th International event. That was awesome.
Wow.
How much money if it makes that? How much money we are? Al, missed that chance for a spare.
Well, take the wood away, we can talk. Got the famous...
The Augusta Main Special, 1-7-10.
And the messenger did not go across as Al goes for his 10 box.
So Al Johnson basically is a one-ball bowler.
All right, well, we got a tie match starting it out here. All right, things go better with Coke with the former Frito-Lay root salesman, Tommy Ulster.
9 apiece so far, one string match, one box at a time. Back to Mike Morin.
And it looked like it might be a strike. It was a little bit full, but he got some pretty good action. He's got just the 2-pin to shoot at. Craig Holbrook has the 4 horsemen and the 8-pin in the back row. Al is showing Tommy how to shoot the single pin. Tommy shot a few of those in his day, I would say.
Why is Al giving advice? He can't hit the shot anyway. See, Al Johnson, that's how you, Al Johnson, that's how you make a single pin.
Pretty good try there on the Holbrook spare attempt on the left lane, lane 9. We're at the Bowl-O-Rama in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Thank you for watching today and contributing, those who have.
Donations can be made online via Venmo, Candlepins number 4, Cancer.com, Candlepins of the 4, Cancer.com, a 501c3 charity. Candlepin Bowlers helping Candlepin Bowlers going through cancer treatments, 19 apiece.
So who was the best trash talker, I wonder, in Candlepin bowling over the years? I think Alfie's probably got to be
right
up there.
Alfie's definitely a Hall of Fame candidate for that alone.
We should have a category for
The
that, shouldn't we?
Sarcasm Hall of Fame.
Oops, that one got away from him. But they're still falling. Probably a little bit better to shoot at that than what he had. He only took out the 610.
A strike. He doesn't like single pins, he said, to deal with.
Well, you did call him Single Ball Johnson, didn't you?
Yeah.
And he took it to heart.
That'd be good in that'd be good in 9-pin tournament.
And didn't hit the object pin, but he still got plenty of wood. 7 for Bob Whitcomb. And that brings up Craig Holbrook on lane 10, Tommy Ulsta on lane 9, both solidly entrenched in the Candlepin Bowling Hall of Fame. And earlier I was giving the wrong date for the actual event. My apologies. It's the 21st of October, not the 18th, as I had said earlier. So that's 2 boxes in a row where Craig has missed to the left of the head pin. Tommy doing the same. A little tougher spare, though.
The defending champions right now are down.
Very nice shot. So this is not combined. This is just a double or nothing, right? It's not 2-pin totals or 2-game totals.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ulster and Johnson hoping not anyway. He lost by 21 the first one.
Yeah, Craig wanted to do the double or nothing match next year, but you wouldn't let him do that.
So Al Johnson and Tom Ulster 54 half. Bob Whitcomb, Craig Holbrook 46 half in a ball. 9 Phil to take the lead. Mike, the next couple of boxes.
All right, we got Bobby Whitcomb on the left lane. Alfie, of course, with the rules of the road in Candlepin Bowling. Bowler on the right goes first. And I say that because we might have people that have never seen this game before, although 10-pin bowling is largely the same. That one got away, and there's the famous half whistler, the third one we've seen today, too, thrown by Bob Whitcomb, who now bowls and delivers an 8-box. And the 2-4, take a shot at that as Alfie goes for his 2. So best he can do is a 10 after throwing a strike in the last box. The 5-pin was last to
Dick was
fall.
still around. Have him join us here.
I don't know if you can afford him.
Whitcomb is spare.
Oh, that was a good try for the 9.
So through 5 completed boxes, it's 64-63. It's gone the other way. Bob Whitcomb, Craig Holbrook, a 1-pin lead plus a ball. They won the first match 118-97, double or nothing match. $100 combined on the line. All-Star strike!
I think Craig has seen that before from Tommy.
Just hope it's not a triple. Holbrook 2-8-10 on the spare 7. 68. Correction, 61 is it? 61 half. That puts him down 2. He's up against a strike from the great Tom Ulster.
Where's Mike Poulin for some advice on how to make this
Mike
shot?
Poulin,
Where'd Mike
Poulin
Poulin
for the
go?
advice?
Oh,
he picks it up. Spare.
Wow.
Wow.
That was a wow shot. That was the 2-8-10.
They got 3 in a row. Al Johnson got to give him bonus money. 81 of the ball on fire. Is that 81 on the ball? 71. That scoreboard's off a little bit.
7. No, that's right.
81 on the ball.
Yep.
They're up 8. Holbrook filling.
Bob going to the right on that shot.
Hold on, sorry. Holbrook spare. 4-79. Al Johnson, double strike bid. Nudges the 4, won't go. I'm sorry, the 3 rather.
So offsetting fines Tom Olsta for hitting the button after the first ball too soon, and Craig Holbrook for not hitting the button at all. All fines payable to Candlepins for Cancer, a 501c3 charity.
I'm going to hold you to that, Greg.
That's Greg, our producer, and
Al
shares
Johnson, spare.
shares the same birthday with me.
He can make a single pin. There is hope. All right, what's the score here, Mike?
Well, it's in favor of Alfie and Tommy. I tell you that much. 84-7 for Team Holbrook, who now steps up on lane 10. Craig Holbrook does.
What if we can do a best 2 out of 3 if they lose? I play skittleball with my best friend George Gagnon from Salem, Mass, and I lose the 7th game. I go 5 out of 8. You know,
Of
5
course,
out of 9,
yeah.
5 out of 9.
Tommy missing the head pin on that one. Craig's got one that will go, but it's take a little bit of luck.
Got a 15-pin lead, 99-84. Ulster and Johnson lead.
Went a little bit too far right on that one. And Tommy right through the hole. 105. And there's Craig with the 10. That was a beautiful shot, even though the 10 did not go. It's a 9-box for Team Ulster.
$2 to go. It's 108.94. It's gone the other way. 14-pin lead for Johnson and Ulster. Final 2 boxes. Both open, not on the mark. Thanks for those watching in New York on the W.O.N Sports Network and across this great country of ours. Those watching on Candlepin Bowling Network as well. Al Johnson off to the right. Thin hit, just 3. Bob Wickham in lane 9 here at Portsmouth Bowl-O-Rama. Great place to bowl. Fall leagues are forming. Join the league, get your friends involved in Candlepin Bowling. Get Candlepin gift cards, support your local bowling center, and support this great game of Candlepin Bowling. Johnson, check mark, 5 left, 2, 4, 7 left. 5 right. Wickham open.
Oh.
They're going to need a double strike this time.
And a 114-9 for Team Ulster. And a very nice 10-box.
All right, so 1 box to go. It's 116-102. More than likely, they're going to need a double strike. Would Craig love to do that against them?
Yeah, it does need a double strike. Unless, of course, Tommy falls down and has a horrendous finish. That never happens. Take a practice slide, wearing his Florida shirt with the palm trees.
I'm gonna tease him and see if you want to do if it's 1-1, we're going to see if we can do it. That's the 3.
Boy, he really had some zip on that ball. The old Tommy came back for that one.
It's the old Woolworth discount, the 5 and 10 department store chain. Is that a national chain or a regional chain?
I think it was national.
I thought so, because it wouldn't be in the thing.
Yeah.
Holbrook trying to put it away. He matches.
There we go.
Talk about match game PM.
By the way, Tommy's last ball was 32 miles an hour. Craig's was 30.
Doinks it. Al Johnson, Tom also tied up 1 apiece. Oh, Holbrook just missed it.
You got to hurt himself with that body English out there.
Ulster 8. They get 124. Al Johnson. Tom Ulster 124 after a 97 first. Holbrook at 9. 113. Hold on, folks. 1-1. Okay, hold on. I got a great idea here. Hold on, Al. Hold on. I think we should do best 2 out of 3. Last one. 2 out of 3. 2 out of 3. What do you think? 2 out of 3.
Yeah, why not?
Why not, right? Here we go. We're on. One more string on Candlepin Bowling Network. Best 2 out of 3. Final one. Mike Morin.
All right. Well, it comes down to this. All right. Paul Grant talked him into it. shamed him into it.
One more string of best 2 out of 3 series. Who will win the match? Get you 50-50, get you wild shirts, and if you want to get the table, donate to Candlepins for Cancer. Thank you.
All right, not bad though for old timers, you got to admit. Putting on a pretty good show for the fans here at Bowl-O-Rama, Portsmouth, New Hampshire, up on Lafayette Ave. Alfie missing the head pin, and Bobby Whitcomb now will hit the head pin and leave the
banana split.
4, 6, 7, 10. Never a favorite of anybody.
Did you like bananas? You like bananas?
Not really.
No?
No, too many flavors.
You pick your own flavors.
Eh,
Your own flavors.
you know, I like bananas on my cereal, and that's about where it ends.
Get a banana split without bananas.
Oh,
wow, what a
my. What a shot.
Boy, making you feel bad about the banana split.
Hey,
huh?
I do. I dumped on it, and he made the spare. That was a beautiful shot. You don't see that often, even with wood.
And Bob Wickham, a wood shooter, though, huh?
Yeah.
10-8, they're up 2 in a ball. Back to Mike Morin.
All right, Tommy going a little bit to the left of the head pin. Not an easy shot. Craig Holbrook now on lane 9. And his is no much more fun. Oh. Rough on the Hall of Famers. The other 2 are going into the Hall of Fame in a couple of months. Oh, man. It's painful. 1 pin at a time. Ouch. 5 box for the great Tom Ulsta and an 8.
All right, Aaron, you got to coach your grandfather up there.
I'll never coach him, never. If anything, he's coaching me. Never.
Tom Ulster, what's up with that 5 box?
It was a great box. I got half the pins down.
I will say, it takes guts to walk up to the great Tom Olson and say, 5 bucks. How did you feel about that? Well, frankly, it sucked.
How'd you feel off a mountain and survive?
Yeah. Wow.
Just a fun crowd.
It is.
Wickham, good bid.
Kind of surprised that didn't go with where he hit it. And Al going for the 5. All right, but he can actually get a little help from that piece of wood against the bucket. And a 10 for Mr. Whitcomb. 8 for Alfie. All right, are they running out of steam?
32-20.
Are you pushing them too hard, Paul?
I think so. We should do a 4 to 7. We'll tell
Oh, no. This is not Skittles, okay?
Skittle Bowl?
Skittle
It's
Bowl,
a great
yeah.
game from Aurora if you can get it on eBay.
Well, I'm sure you can.
Skittle Ball, great game.
You can get anything on eBay. That's how you found me, remember?
Holbrook, strike! Adding to the lead, potentially.
Is that his second strike of the day, Holbrook?
Yep.
The other one on lane 9 with the 5-pin took its time going down.
So we can say he has a victory against Tom Ulster.
Yeah, well.
We could tease him and say, yeah, it was doubles, though. It wasn't singles. Oh, good try. Aaron Fontaine would have made that shot.
I don't know about that. I would have picked the same way, but. Your only hope on that is that the ball comes back and takes it on that shot. That's your only hope.
Ulster at 10. So it's 42 plus 2.
Oh, 12-pin lead. Well,
12-pin lead
plus
plus
the
a
strike, yeah, plus 2 balls. So the Team Holbrook is looking pretty good shape here at the almost midway point.
Johnson on the nose.
They're still falling, leaving the 3 and the 10. Some pretty favorable wood. And Bobby Whitcomb leaving the check mark, right?
Rock and roll check mark. You'd say he's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, I guess
There
you'd
you
say.
go.
Right?
Yeah, if we were in Cleveland. Oh, Al doing the 2-step shuffle on that one. Thought it should go. I did too. Bobby leaves a 10-pin on that. Pretty good bid.
I love that commercial. Thank you, Detroit.
Yeah, all right.
That's the wrong city.
Yeah, it's Southwest Airlines, I
Detroit
think.
was last night, yeah.
Yeah.
Want to get away? All right, so 5 boxes down, 5 to go in this best 2 out of 3 series. Tied 1 apiece. It's 60 to 39. What's up with that 39?
A 21-pin lead? Wow.
Al wants to raise the name of the score. Tom's like saying, let's kick Al off the team. Al Johnson's been designated for assignment.
Looking for a double.
Oh, no,
He
strike.
got it. No, it's not a double. I'm sorry.
Best
For him,
two
it
out of
was. Yeah, for him.
And they're going to get some mark. They might need to mark out. Things go better with Coke. Holston 9. They're in a big hold on 22. Shades of the first. 70-48. 4 blocks to go. This Candlepins for Cancer fundraiser at our first semi-annual 2023 this year Hall of Fame exhibition match on Candlepin Bowling Network, and those watching later on the W.O.N Sports Network.
Do we know if the Hall of Fame is going to be every 2 years or what the plan is? ICBA?
3 or 4 years, I'm not sure. We got a lot of people getting nominated now.
Well, last one was 2018. Of course, COVID got in there.
Yeah.
So it's been 5 years.
It used to be every 3 years or so.
Used to be every year. I wish it still was.
I think knowing about the nomination process now will get the word out better. We'll have more candidates to choose from.
Yeah.
So I think we can do it in 3 or 4
Because
years.
there's some definite ought to be in groups
Absolutely.
of people.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's true, Tommy.
Mike Poulin's going to get the Advice Hall of Fame.
Tom Olster pointing out to me that Craig is trying to get even with him after that big match about 30 years ago. He's got 2 strikes going. Tommy had 3. So revenge is sweet 30 years later.
Tom Olson's going to nominate Mike Poulin for the Advice Hall of Fame.
All right, so that puts more pressure on Craig to actually do what Tommy just suggested.
You got Mike Sweeney of Wolfman
Yeah.
here, too.
Yeah, this is a pretty awesome match to watch, especially for Wolfman.
So how much can we make if he doesn't is the question. Looking for 3 strikes in a row. Craig Holbrook.
Holbrook,
Oh, no.
Try some play-by-play?
It was right there.
Craig with
The
almost
5-pin refused to go down.
almost earning a possible $1,000. No, I'm just kidding. If this was the old Channel 5 show.
You want to try some play-by-play?
Sure.
Why don't let Mike Sweeney do a little bit of play-by-play here?
Okay.
Videotape, too, if you want.
Yeah. Tommy has a cluster of 4. Actually, he has a whole mess. Let's see, Craig with a 5-pin. Yep, right on it. Oh, what a shot. Yeah, that was amazing. That's, yeah. Wow.
Mike Sweeney. All right. Final 2 boxes. 28-pin deficit. You're going to need a double strike, maybe more. Mike 1, wrap us up.
All right, we're now in the 9th frame as Alfie throws what needs to be a strike and is only a 2 on a spare, sadly. So we got Mike and Mike, huh?
Yep, exactly. Wow.
So have you bowled against either of these 2 guys?
No, I've never bowled against either one of them. I bowled with Alfie a couple years ago in his very first tournament that he did on a spare for Bob. Wow. There we go.
So are we doing 4 of 7, Paul?
Right.
Tease him 3 out of 5.
Yeah.
4 out of 7. 5 out of 9.
Yeah, exactly.
10 out of 19.
Yep.
100 out of 199.
Sounds like you've been there before.
Mike and Bob are really making a run here at the end.
Uno, there you go.
Let's see what Tom can do. Oh, carrying a few extra. He's got the 1, 3, 4, and 6. And Craig, man, he is on fire. Wow.
3 out of 4 boxes for him.
Wow.
Strikes. Well, we know where this one's going to end.
This is their best game out of the 3 that they've rolled so far.
That was a balk, wasn't it? The shameless Paul Grant out there with his referee routine.
And an 8 for Tom. And and they end with an 87.
What are the chances he throws another strike here?
Let's see. I'll put money on it. Look at this. Oh, wow. That was really good. It was buried right in there. I said I'll put money on it, but...
All right, well, the way he's going, he's probably going to make it.
Oh, yeah. Wouldn't surprise me. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Look at this. Oh, 143. Wow. What a game.
We're going to talk to these guys. Thank you, Mike Sweeney.
Thank you, man. All right. That was quite a match. The last
Hey,
five
guys,
boxes
great
very
win. By the
exciting
way,
because it was
Al
not that
Johnson wins
close.
Best 3 out of 5. Just kidding. All right. Hey, guys, great performance. 143. Awesome.
Thank God I had a partner.
Greg?
374, that's about right for us, too. We're good. We're good. Yep.
How's it feel to lose again? 2 out of 3.
Picking on senior
How's it
citizens.
feel to lose? How's it feel to lose?
You know, those kids picking on us senior citizens. You know, that's not right. It's not right.
Did you get your ARP handicap card? We can give you an extra
I
pen.
got everything in my wallet.
We won't go there.
Home without it.
He wants handicap next time.
You know what Craig says? No. If you can't beat me straight up, no.
All right, Kevin Burns wants to bowl with you before we sign off here. Al Johnson, your thoughts on losing 2 out of 3?
Well, no, I'm going to court because Bob kept threatening me. Every time I throw the ball, I'll get you outside. I'm like,
Hey, a 3-letter word for beating Tom Ulster?
Wow.
All right, Tommy, final thoughts, advice for our young bowlers out there.
Enjoy yourself. Have fun. Someday you'll be standing here looking back at all your friends and getting together and just having a good time. Meet a lot of nice people bowling. Enjoy yourself. It goes by fast.
Kevin Burns wants to bowl with you before we go, but I want to thank you for watching this great game of Candlepin Bowling on Candlepin Bowling Network. We'll do these roll-off here, and we'll sign off here. 2 boxes, and we'll sign off. Mike, great work with you again. We'll see you September 3rd for the Candlepins for Cancer Abington roll-offs.
I love that place, yeah. Can't wait to be there with you once again. And what a fun day this was,
Yes,
huh?
it was. A lot of money raised for Candlepins for Cancer.
Yeah.
You can donate via Venmo, candlepinsforcancer.com, candlepins4cancer.com. Abington roll-offs this Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Register on candlepinsforcancer.com. It's candlepins4, cancer.com. You can donate also as well.
All right, well, we'll see you on September 3rd, but you'll be on, of course, a lot more
All right, so
between now and then.
We'll call it a day, I guess, Greg.
I think that's a good place.
All right?
Yeah.
All right. Thank
On
you,
a
Greg
high
Gouillart,
note.
for helping out. Thank you for watching this I guess, every other year we should call it. Semi-annual. Not semi-annual.
Well, start there. Biannual?
Biannual.
I don't know. Tommy's still
Hall of
bowling.
Fame
That's all I
exhibition.
know.
Yeah. Let's show Tom Holston the last 2 boxes. What the heck? We'll show bonus coverage, 2 extra boxes.
He's bowling with Kevin Burns, Mr. Candlepin Chat. Look at that. Wow, good try, Kevin.
That quirky wind up there.
Yeah, pretty unusual.
Holster cash is in. Spare.
Chose to play the wood on that one.
And Burns a 9, their final box, and then we'll sign off. What a great crowd on hand today. Over 100 people. We had all these legends today, past and present. Hall of Fame ceremony, October 21st. Castleton, Wyndham, New Hampshire. Tickets available soon. Information on the ICBA website and Candlepin Chat. Kevin Burns going head-to-head with Tom Ulster. We'll need a mark. Ulster strike! Only fitting.
Where
End
was
the match.
where was that against Holbrook? I wonder.
Mike wants to know why you didn't do it again. Just strike over.
He paid me.
He paid you. All right. Want to thank you for watching this 2023 Hall of Fame exhibition from the beautiful Bowl-O-Rama in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Thanks to Bart Medeiros and staff for helping out. Great job. Please donate via Venmo, candlepinsforcancer.com anytime, anywhere, 24/7. Watch coverage throughout the year on Candlepin Bowling Network. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, always free, Candlepin Bowling Network on YouTube. The executive producer is Bob Lee. For Greg Gouillart and Mike Morin, final thoughts.
This was just one of the most fun times I've had in all the years I've covered Candlepin Bowling, to
Even
see
with
all
me-
these people.
even with me here?
Even more so, believe it or not. Thank you for having me as we watch Tommy Ulster and Kevin Burns wrap it up here from the Bowl-O-Rama in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Thank you, Paul Grant.
And thank you for watching this great game of Candlepin Bowling.